A1R, psychic, metaphysical and wellness radio. A breath of fresh air. This is A1R, a product of Positive Peak.
you. A beautiful, gorgeous wellness center who will adjust you mentally, emotionally, and physically. Also, it will help you to manifest your finance, anything and everything you desire for. This place is a very beautiful place which is located in Crona Del Mar. So please book your appointment today.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Avid Advice Live with Thea Johann. Live from AvidAdviceLive.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Avid Advice Live
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
There is somebody's mom here. She directed to you right now.
Fee was actually channeling my mother.
I have her right now with me.
She passed away 3 years ago.
She says, forgive me.
Hearing from my mom was amazing.
What she told you before, 3 days before she passed.
That she loves me and that she'll see me soon.
She's directing me another woman in the room. Please.
My grandmother was my mentor growing up.
There's two women that directed by her right now. You and her. She's talking about the man that she was concerned, and she's still concerned, and she asked for forgiveness for that man as well.
The man that she brought forward to forgive, that's my brother.
She's telling you to stop being weak. Bring more confidence into your life.
You know, we're all at different points in our lives. We've all been through different experiences, traumas, excitements, joy.
She's proud of you. You're quick in something. You stopped something that was very hard for you to do.
You wouldn't think that 10 years ago that I was addicted to drugs.
She says, I'm proud of you. Continue.
I never stopped asking the universe to show me the way.
She's talking about your pain. Let it go.
I don't have to have that story anymore. I don't have to hold on to the story of my pain, of my past, of my trauma. Today, I can let it go.
Let it go! She said, can you forgive me?
Yes.
Say goodbye to all things that could stop you to succeed, to feel good, to connect with your soul. Say yes high.
Yes.
Loud.
Yes.
Louder.
Yes.
She's asking you, can you forgive that person? She's directing someone else. She's directing a man. She's directing someone. Can you forgive that person? Can you forgive that person for her? Loud!
Yes, I forgive him.
Why you do forgive him? She want to know.
I forgive him for myself.
You are worthy enough to do everything for yourself. Not for anybody else, for yourself.
I know that takes a lot from her, but she gives. And she gives and she gives.
She's asking you to be strong, to be powerful, to be connected to your soul. You don't need anyone's affection and approval to be perfect. You are already perfect. Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Just say, yes, I do believe in myself.
Yes, I do believe in myself.
Louder!
Yes, I do believe in myself.
Louder!
Yes, I do believe in myself. And I believed in her. We're all from Brooklyn, New York, so there was a very Jewish Italian community there where people's homes were open and they would intermingle and share their faiths, share their food.
She's talking about backyard. She's talking about the trees. She's talking about dishes. She's talking about the chicken. She's talking about the chair. She's talking about everything. Please direct her what she's trying to say.
Nana's house.
Yes, my mom's house. We all lived together. I mean, they lived there with my mom and my dad. They were always together. We were always together. Always cooking. She actually made a better chicken parmesan than my mother.
Yeah, hers is better.
Hers was
But don't tell her that.
Yeah, don't tell my mom that.
Don't tell Nana.
There is a power in sadness. There is a power in pain. And the power comes when you overcome it.
Talking to her really, really helped me, I think. It's definitely gonna kind of just clear my mind of all the negative thoughts that I had.
My father, Congressman Ron Dellums, who passed away a year and a half ago, visited Fia.
Today was a day to remember Ron Dellums, who in 1970 brought to Congress an anti-war and anti-apartheid stance that was branded as radical and dangerous.
Oh my God. He's asking, do you remember my hand?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what I told you?
Yeah.
Do you remember why I told you?
Yeah.
Dellums' youngest daughter, Piper, is proud that her father became an early voice against oppression in South Africa, applying pressure that would one day bring an end to apartheid.
You said, take my legacy, take my mantle. You're the smartest person I know. Go into the world and heal the land and do it in your way.
You know, Ron never gave up. He never became bitter. He loved people.
This is not my hand, this is your dad. He wanted you to tell again, louder, louder, and clear what he told you.
I'm passing you my mantle. I'm passing you my anointing and passing it to you. You're the smartest one that I know. Run. There's so much work to be done. Run, run, run and heal the world, and don't stop. Do it in your way. Run, baby girl. Do it in your way. So she's spoken to me like a sister, but also like an angel.
He said, I saw you when you cried in front of that candle. Why did you cry?
She's given me the faith and trust and support that was being given me by my dad before he left. So she's done this beautiful transition of allowing me not to feel the void of his leaving. I don't know where to go when I'm not speaking with you, or I just don't know how to feel safe in the world without you in it. In the area where I don't have a female in my life, because I don't have a relationship with my mother, and I don't have a sister. She has stepped in with the feminine to remind me that I am also loved and purposeful and beautiful and worthy, that I'm valuable.
It's not just me that tried to basically sending you messages and changing her. So she changed me in so many ways as well.
So our silly song goes this way. We are the key to do more than just let it be. The key to our destiny is in the hands of our humanity. His love is more than a philosophy. 'Cause we are the key.
We are the key.
We are the
but
key.
Diamond's key.
Welcome back. Our next guest is a celebrity medium, a clinical hypnotherapist, a holistic healer, and holds a master's in psychology. Fia Johansson is known as the Persian medium, and she's even worked with intelligence agencies and law enforcement to find answers in cases. She also wants all of us to discover our best selves. Fia, good morning.
Good morning, Heather.
Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me.
I just want to start with, when did you realize that you had this ability?
I was 7.
7.
It was a very hot summer. A friend of mine came to my house and we played. They had fun. 3 hours later, they wanted to go home. I said, don't go. They said, why? I said, because I see that you guys going to have a car crash.
Ooh.
Of course, they didn't listen to me. They had to go. 40 minutes later, our phone rang and confirmed that they had a car crash.
Oh my goodness, were they okay?
They've been completely okay, but what I saw in my vision at that age, it was scary. It was colors, visions of car crash, and my friend's face, who basically had some blood in. I was very scared. It took actually 4 years for me to discover why I see things before they happen. Why did people connect it to me? Why I am connected to unknown? And what's wrong with me? So, because you don't have anybody to talk to.
No, nobody would be able to relate to what you're seeing or experiencing. Later in life, you're able to use these tools and this ability to eventually connect with law enforcement. Is it true that you have helped to solve 22 cases?
Yes.
What sorts of cases are you assisting with?
Cold cases, many of them was cold cases, old cases, locate missing people, and also connected people to each other who basically been vanished for so many years and they didn't know where they are. And I started with law enforcement at the age of 17 back in Europe, and I moved here to US 10 years ago, and through that agency I connect with intelligence services here as well.
Can you give me an idea of a case that you've solved?
One of the cases that I had, it was almost 2 years ago. Coast Guard communicated with me and said, we have a missing pilot and missing plane. I said, where are you guys? He said, well, we are around the oceans. He said, you're guys in the wrong place. Number one, they are not alive. And he was like, how did you know that was they? I said, because it's two people that passed. And he immediately felt that you're right about it, because that was the student and instructor. So basically, after 25 minutes, after the helicopter came and took me, we found the stress signals from that plane. And they asked me, how did you know that? I said, he told me where he is.
Wow.
So
what do you mean by that? Did you hear voices, or
voices? It's actually, it's different, case by case. Some cases I feel and sense them directly communicating with me. Some cases they kind of like connecting me through other people. And some cases it's just the callers and numbers and names. And I bring them to attention for DA, private investigators, and crime lawyers. They put them together, and this was like, wow, you got it, bingo. We got a piece of
very
evidence.
helpful for people who may not have any other answers in these situations. When you walk by strangers on the street, do you ever get a sense for anything?
Of course, because as you know, we are all based on energies. And I pick up energies very fast. I feel and sense them very strongly. And when you are an empath, you can sense people almost, 100 miles away. But I try to not, because it's crazy. My life, maybe outside look normal. I maybe look normal, but inside it's not normal.
Is it difficult to have to constantly be hearing and sensing things?
It is difficult. I can't be in any funerals because of the dead people. I communicate with them directly. I can't actually be around and surround people who basically doing something wrong. Example like high-profile people, celebrities, and other stuff, because then I can see and locate them, what they're up to, what is going on. So basically, it's hard for me. I close myself to not see things.
Do you call people out? I know you have celebrity clients. You say,
of course.
I know what you're up to when you're not here.
You know what I did? Actually, Impossible Hollywood, I changed it to I'm Possible Hollywood. I worked through my hypnose to helping a lot of models, actor, actress to achieve their dreams and desires. And of course, I did.
Wow. I know you have a book out. It's called Recoding Your Brain for a Better Life, and you're working on a second book.
Yes, and the third book. The second book, actually, I am working on an upcoming book with one very huge and very strong intelligent agent who wants to talk to me, or basically, stand by on any cases that we solved together. And we are going to say when, where, how.
Wow. Okay. So we'll be looking forward to that one. Fantastic.
That would be fantastic.
Where can folks get in contact with you? Maybe they would like to work with you on something.
Well, to see me face to face, they need to have some one-year waiting list. So
one-year waiting list. My goodness.
Yeah, but if they do have some cases, missing people or crime cases that they would love to involve me, they can connect to my agent, and through that, I will connect with them. But easy to talk to me, because people ask me a million questions about. Guess what? What is my lottery number?
Lottery numbers.
Example.
Yes.
When I'm going to get married. Is he cheating or not cheating? Or stock markets or investment. So basically, avidadvice.com, avidadvice.com is the best place to communicate.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I have over 27,000 people or clients worldwide. And I'm very blessed and happy and thankful for that.
All right, Fia Johansson, the Persian Medium. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We do appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
All right, Stella, I'm intrigued. I'll send it back to you.
That's pretty incredible. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you, Mother Nature. Thank you for all the gifts and all the blessings. We hear you loud and clear. We hear your aching heart. And we hear your call for renewal.
Thank you, coronavirus. Thanks for the opportunities. Thanks for the opportunity of a lifetime to gain an unparalleled enlightenment. I thank the universe for the opportunities it is providing us now. The opportunity to slow down and reflect on our lives. The opportunity to rethink our being and the purpose of our lives. The opportunity to spend time with those around us and our loved ones. The opportunity to better get to know my partner, my kids, the love of my life, my parents, and all. The opportunity to re-evaluate our lives and our life directions as well as our purposes. The opportunity to refocus, re-energize, reorganize, rebuild ourselves. The opportunities to get out of our busy and self-focused lives and pay attention to the world around us. The opportunity to value our friends and social interactions. The opportunity to have access to product and services when we want them. The opportunity to recognize and appreciate every little things in our life that we did not even see before. The opportunity that we love another. The opportunity to see that even the pretty faces on TV are nothing but an image. The opportunity to realize that my worth is not my status. The opportunity to understand that we all need one another. The opportunity to believe in ourselves and believe in our power and believe in God. Thank you, COVID-19. Thank you, coronavirus. Thank you for value our friends and our social interactions. For the opportunity to have access to products and services when we want them. The opportunities to recognize and appreciate every little things in our life that we did not even see it before. Thank you, coronavirus. Thank you. Thank you and thank you. Thank you for allowing us to put aside all our problems. Thank you for stopping us. Thank you so much. Thank you for making us appreciate the luxury we lived in. The abundance of products, freedom, health, wealth, love, and anything we wanted. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, coronavirus. The earth was begging us and begging us and begging us to stop for a very long time. And thank you that you helped the earth to breathe, to feel fresh and rebuild herself. This virus is with us, is an inside of our brain, our mind, our body, our soul. This virus came to us to show us how little and how tiny we are. This virus shows us the opportunity to see that the king of all beings is vulnerable to a tiny virus. This virus came to our life to show us that we are nothing than just soul. And this virus came to our life to show us to be kind and lovable, to send positive energies and love to others. Thank you, coronavirus.
I thank the Mother for providing us with an opportunity to listen to it again. I thank for the second chance for renewal and refreshment and replenishment. I thank the universe for cleansing and purging all the negativity created for so many years, the pollution, the warming, the abuse of resources, the waste and our ignorance to protect our homes and our communities. The nature is acting and reacting to our misguided ways. Isn't it time for us to perhaps take a page from the lesson to recognize what's around us? Thank for the blessings that are coming our ways each and every day. I trust the universe to guide me, protect me, and direct me to being better than the day before. I thank all the gifts that I receive each and every day in my life.
Welcome back to the Global Entrepreneurship Initiative. I'm excited to introduce our next speaker, Ms. Fia Johansson, who's better known as the Persian medium and subconscious mind surgeon. She's a multi-talented motivational speaker, clinical hypnotherapist, and celebrity psychic medium. An author who works closely with law enforcement to help locate missing people and solve difficult criminal cases with detectives and as well as private investigators. Throughout her career, she's helped thousands of people identify personal roadblocks to help them truly believe in their own path to success, whatever that dream may be. Her greatest passion in life is helping others achieve their ultimate dreams and desires, teaching people to believe that truly anything is possible. Please help me welcome to the stage Ms. Fia Johansson.
Welcome back. Did you know that police departments across the country and even the CIA sometimes turn to psychics to help them solve cases? Victims' families looking for answers also turn to mediums for closure. Fiona Johansson is an author as well as a licensed psychologist and hypnotist.
Welcome back. Our next guest is a celebrity medium, a clinical hypnotherapist, a holistic healer, and holds a master's in psychology. Fia Johansson is known as the Persian medium, and she's even worked with intelligence agencies and law enforcement to find answers in cases. She also wants all of us to discover our best selves. Fia, good morning.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. I'm Jack Canfield, your host for Hollywood Live. My next guest, Fia Johansson, is an amazing person. She speaks 5 languages, which I find very impressive. She's emigrated to several countries, has a psychology degree from the University of Stockholm in Sweden. She is a hypnotherapist, clinical hypnotherapist and healer, and God knows probably other things I don't even know about.
Hi, welcome back to Times Square today. I am your host, Greg Roulette, and I am very excited for our next guest because she is known as the Persian Medium, the subconscious mind surgeon. She's a motivational speaker, clinical hypnotherapist, and celebrity psychic medium. This is going to be a fascinating conversation with my good friend, Fia Johansson.
For centuries, it's believed that mediums have been able to mediate communication between spirits of the dead and living human beings. People usually recruit mediums to help them get in contact with family members or friends who have passed on. But celebrity psychic Fia Johansson is also using her abilities to help law enforcement solve cold cases and help exonerate and free innocent inmates. And Fiona is joining us now. Fiona, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. How are you doing today? Welcome to Avid Awakening, a beautiful, gorgeous wellness center who will adjust you mentally, emotionally, and physically. Also, it will help you to manifest your finance, anything and everything you desire for. This place is a very beautiful place which is located in Corona del Mar. So please book your appointment today.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for the Modern Day Medium with the Modern Day Medium. Modern Day Medium. Live from the moderndayMedium.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is the Modern Day Medium
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everybody. Hello, the Modern Day Medium here. My name is Michelle, and also known as the Modern Day Medium. I hope you're all well and have had a good week. I couldn't make last week. I was busy working, but we managed to find a way around it and air me anyway. What have I been doing? Gracious me, I've just finished teaching. On a Tuesday evening, I teach a circle. We had 10 people there this evening, and it was just lovely. Everybody gave messages, everybody linked into spirit, and there were a couple of people that had never been there before, and they just did amazing. It was absolutely brilliant, buzzing with energy, just loved it. So I really enjoy that. I enjoy teaching psychic mediumship. And also another new venture of mine is I'm doing podcasts. Me and my sister have got together and we're doing podcasts which roll out on a Sunday called Psychic Sundays. And we are covering a whole list of psychic abilities, the difference between psychic and mediumship. We're talking about healing. We're talking about tools of the trades. We're talking about guides. Negative energy, positive energies, how to protect yourself, how to look after yourself. So between me and my sister Louise, we've got 40 years of experience, and we're both qualified healers in many different modalities as well. We also both teach healing as well, which is great. So we thought, well, hey, why not put our heads together and do some podcasts? So we're going to be doing several series there. We've already done 5, which are going to go up soon. And then we'll be doing another set. So we'll be doing 3 or 4 or 5 series, each one containing about 6 podcasts. They're good fun. They're nice, really enjoyable. It's lovely. We thoroughly enjoy it. But one thing I wanted to talk about is soulmate and soul groups and twin flames. So the difference with a soulmate soul group, a soulmate, lots of people think a soulmate is you're my soulmate, we're meant to be together, we're meant to be together forever. Not true, not the case at all necessarily. Soulmates are people that come into your life for a certain period of time. They may come in just for 2 or 3 months. They could be a friend. They could be a partner, a boyfriend. They could just be someone you have a fling with. I mean, but they've come in to teach us something, to teach us a lesson, for us to learn something. And also, likewise, we go into other people's lives to teach them lessons. Obviously, we have people that are in our lives always and always been there, lifelong friends, family members, etc., etc. But sometimes a soulmate can come in and leave as quick as they came in, and it can be very, very painful. But the way to look at it is, well, what have I learned from this? Why have they come into my life? And what have I got from this? And then we have our soul group, which could be groups of friends, family, or friends that we have been with before, families we have been with before in other incarnations, other lives. And somebody was telling me, somebody I respect hugely, was saying that our soulmates or somebody from our soul group come into our life and they have already decided, I will be the person that will teach this person the lesson. I will be the person that will come down and teach them the lesson they haven't learned. Because I love them the most, I'm the one that wants to deliver the pain. I want that job role. I want to do it. So that's a beautiful thing within itself, isn't it? It's amazing. So soulmates, and also another interesting thing is when we're most in need sometimes, is when somebody will come into our life, will pop up into our life, a new friend will come into our life, just to help us, just to say, hi, you were on my mind. I thought I'd give you a call. And that's a great thing, is that soulmate or that friend coming back into our life. No such thing as coincidences, right? Come back into our life to help us through a difficult, sticky patch. And likewise for us as well. So a message to everybody is, if you have got somebody that's on your mind, somebody you're thinking about, somebody that keeps popping into your head recently that you haven't thought about much for a long time, then I just would like you to think about the possibility that you need to give them a call, give them a ring, and I feel quite sure that they will just say, you won't believe it, you won't believe what I'm going through, you won't believe what happened. So all of us are also psychics as well, right? I mean, we all have that ability in us, just believing in it, standing in that power. And when we get something that's coming in that's a little bit out of the ordinary, or someone keeps popping into our head, give them a call. And then when you do, I feel quite sure that you'll know the reason why you've called. So there's just a very, very small bit on soulmate, soul group. Obviously on our podcast, we go into it a lot more and a lot more depth on loads of different subjects, loads and loads. We've really thrown the box open on psychic mediumship, thrown the box open on healing, and it's our thoughts, our feelings, what we've been through. And we're also going to be having some really great guests as well on there, physical mediums, trance mediums, psychic surgeons. It's going to be really good fun, really good fun. And also on here as well, 10th of March, I will have a guest with me then. And he is just amazing. Watch this space. I respect him hugely. It'll blow your mind, honestly. He's wonderful. So I'll stop babbling now. And I just wanted to share that with you. So just be aware of soulmates, and don't necessarily always see it as a bad thing. See it sometimes as someone's given you pain. Pain is to be felt. Let's not forget that. It's learning, progressing, and moving forward. So if someone's come into your life, just think, okay, all right, fine, they've gone. What have I learned from here? Or what have they learned from me? So turn it into more of a positive, beautiful thing. Not everything is bad and sad news. We're all here to learn lessons, right? To give up to that higher vibration. So there we go. I believe I have a caller, Jessica. Are you still there, or have you got bored of listening to me bambling on?
Yes, I'm still here.
Hello, my darling. How are you? I hope you found it interesting. How are you, Jessica? How can I help you this evening, my lovely?
Yes. I had a friend that passed away. His name was Mark.
Yep.
And I was thinking if he's came forward.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. Right, Jessica, I need to say to you, actually, funnily enough, before I did the show, I was just linking in as I do and asking whoever needs to step forward to step forward. And funnily enough, I did have a child stepping forward, most certainly a son-boy energy. Can you understand, please, his death being very, very quick, very, very unexpected, please, my love? Very fast, very quick, sweetheart. I'm just going to keep talking and hope that you can hear me. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. I'm going to just keep talking, all right? Now, I feel that this son, I have to say, he feels very nice, very gentle, very kind, very caring. I feel some confusion in his head and something coming up and around into his head area before he went back to the world of spirit. He is making me aware, he's taking me to his stomach as well. I'm feeling an impact or a pain or a problem in my stomach area, if this makes sense to you, please. He's holding my stomach and making me rub my stomach round and round and round. And this is him just telling me also something that was wrong there, please, my darling. His passing felt at the end quite sudden, quite fast, like I said, very, very quick. But he was quite a unique person, very, very different, a stand-out young gentleman, please, if you can understand that. I also feel he had the most beautiful eyes as I look at in his eyes, and they feel quite pale and just very, very lovely. He makes me aware, Mum, I'm okay. He wants you to know I'm healed and I'm put back together. I'm all been put back together again. And in my head, I feel my head is, I'm really okay. He thanks for the rose or the roses that you gave to him as well, I need to say. I see these flowers. I'm aware that you talk to him a lot constantly. You're always wanting to know it's okay, he's there safely, he's fine, he's healed. He wants to send you healing as well. He's a lovely gentleman, and he's sending it right into your heart and into your heart chakra. I've got the name Mark. I also need to give you the name Brian. I don't know why, but I need to give you that as well, my love. I feel that your son enjoyed music, enjoyed a little bit of dancing, he enjoyed jumping around as well. And he's making me aware that he's in spirit doing this. He's very, very busy. He's very, very active. He also is in massive love. My darling Jessica, you need to know your son is with his grandfather. They are together. I feel that your grandfather, his grandfather, I feel he was a good father, a lot of energy, very nurturing as well, if this makes sense to you, please, my sweetheart. And they are very much together and through a lot of love and send you a lot of love, Jessica. Please, 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 can you heal yourself? And please, please, just he's okay. Bless his heart. He comes into you, Jessica. He holds you. He wipes your tears. What he's saying to me. Please, mum. Please, mum.
Yes.
To go to the head. I keep needing to go to the head as well. Okay, because he holds you there. He holds you in the head. He holds you in this area, and he holds you very, very tight. He makes you aware that you've got a lot of his facility is quite as it was, and he needs for you to pass a message on to a young lady, please, my darling. Whether there was a sister, but also a very close friend, one close, and who's this one? Give them Alison as well. I need to give you the start kind of Tauri Capricorn as well, my love. And I say to you for you to send love them to stop worrying as well, and that they are okay. Your son was quite a joker and about a bit as well. He's got a beautiful, buoyant energy and quite angelic as well, I need to say to you. He's got quite a pure heart, but I feel it's just all got a bit much for him as well, sweetheart. You understand this, Jessica? Mum,
yes,
you love very much, and I need to give you drawing sketches with this as well. And he just sends huge love to you. Bless his heart. He's just put a rainbow all the way over you, Mum. I love you. I love you. There's a distinctive smell that comes in with your son as well, please. Please be aware of that, because he's making me aware. It's a very clean kind of, it's like a soapy smell. I don't know why I'm getting this. And I have to go with hair gel and a hair wax as well. And it's this smell that he's bringing in to you. He sends you so much love. And he says to you, Mum, I am safe. I am okay. I am healed. And I love you. Okay?
Okay. Is my friend stuff forward yet from work?
Sorry?
Has my friend stepped forward yet? His name was Mark.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So, that's if you can take this as a mark and you can understand. I think I said Mark and somebody else just sending huge love to you, my love. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Good. That's good. That's good. Good, good, good. So a lot
Can
of
you
love
tell me
around
what
you
happened
for sure.
to
Sorry?
Huh? Can you tell
So
me
a
what
lot
happened to my friend?
Yes, pass it on. Pass it on to your friend. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Right. Okay. Can you stand? I have got. What happened? I have got Another energy that's stepping forward here. Now, this energy feels taller, stronger, older. He feels like a prankster, a joker. I feel he mucked about a lot. I feel that he's calling you like chum, 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 friend, 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 mate, mate, mate. He makes me aware of like heavy boots on him, whether he would have, I don't know why I've got heavy boots on. We had big, heavy boots. He makes me feel with him that he just wants to come and give you love. He's telling me that a candle has been lit for him and he appreciates it a lot. He wants you to remember the good times, the fun, the jokes, the laughter. He's telling me that he had some depression, he felt quite down, and he felt quite low as well at times. He makes me aware that you spent a lot of time helping, talking, and communicating with this gentleman, and he wants to thank you very much. Is that okay? Can you oh, that's better. I can hear you much clearer now. So there's a lot of love there for you from Spirit, darling.
All right. So my friend hasn't really stepped forward and said what happened to him.
Jessica, can you say that again, my lovely?
So my friend hasn't stepped forward and tell you what happened to him.
Has your friend stepped forward and told me what's happened to him?
Yes.
I feel with her, so with your friend Mark, who's on the other side, I feel with him there was a depression, a heaviness, a feeling very down with him, a feeling very low with him, a feeling very unhappy, a sadness with him. He makes me feel it was all very, very quick. It all happened very, very fast, if you can understand that, my love.
Yes.
Perfect. He's back safe and he's fine and he just wants to send you love. He is around you very much.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Thanks, my darling.
Hello?
Right. I think my next call is this Angie I'm here now?
Hi.
Hello, Angie. How are you, my darling?
How are you?
Help you, my love. Oh, good, sweetheart. How are you? How can I help you?
I was just hoping to get like a general relationship reading. This retrograde has me kind of in a funk.
I'm just going to go straight into it, all right? I'm pretty into you. I'm just going to go with exactly what I'm feeling, getting.
Right. Can you hear me better now?
Down, up and down, up and down. Backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. I feel with you that you're to Mars, you're soaring in a relationship, feeling a bit difficult. I think you're feeling quite drained, my love. You're feeling tired and you're exhausted with it all. Feeling, I know I'm up, but if you listen back, I'm sure you'll be able to hear, Andy. I'm feeling with you, my loveliness, backwards and forwards within this relationship. I feel that I want to say to you to take a leap of faith. I want you to stand your ground. I want you to stand up for yourself. I want you to stand strong. I want you to come and how it is you're feeling is making you feel, and it needs to be cleared. I feel that there is some misunderstanding within the relationship as well, misinterpretation, and things are very, very quickly taken the wrong way. It feels very fiery to me and quite vulnerable at the moment. There's a lot of pressure and stress that's added onto the relationship here that's making it difficult. I feel with this partner or friendship or this relationship that you're in, I feel the gentleman walks out a lot, walks away a lot. He can't deal with it. I can hear doors slamming. I can hear shouting. And I can hear arguing that's happening here, please, my darling. And I just feel that you're taking all of this in and it's impacting you quite a lot as well. You can be quite...
I've been...
I can feel that you can be quite stubborn and stand your ground, but at the moment you're not. I feel that you're feeling overwhelmed, bowled over, and you're just not too sure which way to go or which way to turn. I want to say to you, my lovely Angie, that it would be nice for you to have a couple of days just away, just for you to think what it is and to sort it all out. It feels like it's got in a right old muddle, if you can understand that, my love. I also need to say to you, want you, Angie, to listen to you and how you feel, and if this is actually really what it is that you want and where it is that you want to go, Angie. All right. I want you to stand up and speak up for yourself as well, coming from a place of love and truth, and how it's been making you feel. I feel this gentleman is under stress, pressure, like a heavier energy, a depression, a loss. And I feel that he's sort of clammed up a bit and he's not got over where he is. He's a bit stuck at the moment emotionally. Can you understand this, Angie?
Yeah, well, he's all about focusing on money, and he just blocks his emotions off. He doesn't like expressing how he feels, so he just lashes out. And I've been getting so overwhelmed recently that I've been having like compulsive crying fits. Like I've never cried so much in my life.
Yeah. So the crying is the letting out of the emotions. The crying is the sort of grieving of what you had to where it is now, to the wanting him to come back, to him pulling back, to wanting him to open and communicate. I need to tell you, he's not being disloyal to you. That just came through very, very clearly. It's just where he is at the moment. He's in a little bit of a lost place at the moment emotionally. It's all kind of built up inside of him and he doesn't know how to express it. I want to say to you, Angie, if I can give you anything from spirit, is to give him a bit of space and step back a little bit. Whether you can go to a friend's for a couple of days or nights, I just feel like I need you to think what it is that you want. Just take a step out. I'm not saying it's ended. I'm not saying it's over. I'm just saying that just needs a little bit of space to allow you to breathe and allow you to get together with how you're feeling and why you're feeling like you do, Angie. Your partner needs to let all these emotions out. He really does. And sadly, we can't force people to do that, but it is going to happen. He is going to get over it and it is going to get better. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Angie, I want to say to you, what is going on is with him. You can love him from a distance. I don't mean not being together, but I mean you can be there to support him, but you do not need to absorb or take it on. You can only be responsible for you, but you can stand by his side and say to him, until you're ready or when you're ready to talk, you know where I am. Until then, I need to get on with my life. It's making me sick. It's making me tired. It's making me emotional. And I cannot stand in this anymore, in this energy. So I love you, but I'm just going to be over here emotionally at the moment until you're ready to talk and speak to me and speak freely with me so we can clear this up. Does that make sense, Angie? Okay. Hopefully you're still there, my lovely, if you can hear me. So, Angie, they really are things I would like to say to you. I feel your partner, there's a lot of heaviness in his heart at the moment as well. I don't think going back to mother-father issues, family issues, loss, a tough life for him, I need to say. And it's like things keep rearing up again and then going again, rearing up and then going again. And sadly, it is for you to be there or to help and to support, but there's not much you can do if this lovely gentleman isn't willing to make the changes himself. So step out of that, step in your own power, and just let him sort himself out, but giving him all the support that you need, if that makes sense to you.
Yes, it does.
Good. So just stay strong, my loveliness. And just be gentle with him. Just be gentle, and don't absorb all of this stuff. I really want to say that to you. And as a psychic medium, and I've been doing this for a long time, and also as an energy worker and healer, we don't have to be ingrained, entangled, entwined 100% in someone else's pain. We can love them and care for them, but protect ourselves and just say, when you're ready to deal with this, I'm here. Honestly, give him the space and the freedom to let him sort himself out. You're a lovely lady, Angie. You really are. Okay, you are. You're a strong woman. Go and take a couple of days if you can, or even if it's an afternoon, just to let yourself. Before I know it, it's Tuesday again, and I love doing these shows. I love connecting with everybody. It's so enjoyable. It's nice to be able to be sat at home. Isn't it amazing, the internet, connecting all the way across to America, Canada, and wherever it is that we've been taken this evening. So you can find me on Facebook, The Modern Day Medium, my website, The Modern Day Medium. I do Skype readings, phone readings, one-to-one readings, but there's a long way to travel if you're over in America or Canada. So you can find me there. Love Skype readings work brilliantly well. So for the rest of the week, just take care of yourselves, love yourselves, put yourselves first. If you feel that there's some healing or emotions that aren't shifting, there's a bit of a block, allow them to come up, do some meditation, listen to something that is that has you have a calling for. If you listen to a meditation and you just feel drawn to it, then just know that's the right one for you, and just let things go, let emotions go.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for a gateway to the spirit world with Gail Moffat. Live from GailMoffat.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is a gateway to the spirit world.
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, and it's very nice to be with you today. As always, we will be having two callers that call in, and I will be endeavouring to connect for them, either to the spirit world where we connect to a loved one, or I will be going to one of my guides who will be giving guidance. So this could be you. So do call in if you want to have a reading. Anyway, I always give a little bit of a spiritual talk before I start, and one of the things that I was thinking of is about guides, and I've been given some information by my guides that I think is very interesting. And for the best part, most people will have one guide, and that can either be a loved one, or it can be an angel, or it can, it'll be one person, and they are allocated to you so that you can be guided in your life, and they can sort of steer you in the direction, because after all, there is a path that is sort of destined for you, or rather God hopes that you follow, and so they give all the sort of help to ensure that that's going to take place. But what I've been told is heaven, or whatever you want to call it, is stepping up, and they are now going to give you two guides. So everybody in the future will have two guides, and they're going to have somebody from the angelic realm and a loved one, and there's going to be a hierarchy above that, and that hierarchy is going to be sort of organizing everything. So there'll be evolved souls, managing the loved one, and the senior angelic realm managing the angel that's with you. And I find that quite sort of fascinating, and that was told to me by one of my guides. So interesting, isn't it? And so I know that we're going to have some callers, and I believe there's just one coming through in a minute. Yes, here we are. It's Gina in North Wildwood, New Jersey. Are you there, Gina?
Yes, I am. Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, and how are you?
Okay.
Good. So I am a medium, and what that means is I can do one of two things. I can either go to my guides and get guidance for you, or I can connect to a loved one. Is there a particular area that you'd like me to focus, or person that you'd like me to connect to?
Well, yes, there's both, actually. I need some guidance.
Right.
And either my sisters or my mom.
Okay. Right. So, I've only got about 10 minutes for each caller.
Okay.
So, whereabouts would you like me to focus on the guidance? Oh, and by the way, your sister has come in with your mum. I can see them right in front of me. So, sorry, I interrupted you. Say what you're going to say, and,
That's okay.
and I'll try and do both for you.
My financial situation and my happiness.
Right. Okay. So, I want to talk to your sister first, and she's the one that's stepping forward, and she's quite funny. she's like, ah, like sort of waving her arms up, like sort of, oh, I'm going to speak to you. She's like, she's so excited, and sort of like almost sort of quite bouncy. Would that be the way she would be if she were in this situation?
Yes, I have two sisters, yes. And they would both
So
be the
I
same
don't.
way, yes.
They'd both be the same way, yeah. Because I feel like she's going, ah, sort of really sort of
Yes.
excited, and not every spirit person comes through like that. I can assure you. And she's saying that she's so excited because she's calling you like a. I feel like I want to refer to you either as a friend or a best friend. Would that make sense to you? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because she said, because I felt like she said best friend, and she's saying to me, she's saying, I have missed you so much, because it's almost like she was so used to, checking in with you all the time, and oh, this happened and that happened, and can I tell you about this, and I want to tell you about this, and what should we do about this, and what do you think about this, and there was
Yes.
always that constant dialogue of life and what was going on, and I feel like
Yes.
there was always a phone call going on, or a chat or something like that, and she
Yes.
says, you have no idea how I miss that. She said, I really, really miss that. And she says, there's nobody that I can really feel like I can do that in the same way that I did it with you. And I know she's there with her mum and her other sister, because she told me that. But that's how she views you. Would that make sense to you?
Absolutely, yes. We were very close.
Yeah, yeah. And she says that, did you look after her?
I'm sorry?
Did you spend some time looking after her?
Yes.
Because she's telling me you were looking after her. And she says that she's so grateful for the fact that you did that, because she wouldn't have wanted anyone else to be involved in the way that you were involved. It's like there was a trust thing for her. She needed to know that somebody was there that she could trust, and she felt really. She feels like she's got a really strong, not only a strong bond with you, but a strong trust. And she says to me that she's just so grateful, because she says that you managed things around her when she wasn't well, that she doesn't feel that anyone else could have done it in the same way that you did. And I feel like it's her. I just, you know how, life needs to be managed, and I feel like that's what you did. Would that make
Yes.
sense to you?
Yes.
And I feel also there was something to do with somebody that she knew, and she's making me feel like it was complicated. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't that she didn't sort of, want to be engaged with them, but it was just complicated. And she says you really helped in that situation towards the end of her life.
Okay.
Would you understand that?
That I'm not too sure about.
Right, I'm just going to go back to it, because sometimes I can misinterpret it, or she's not saying it in the right way.
Right.
Okay. Would you understand that she was okay? There's somebody that she was close to, and I feel like it's a romantic relationship that she would you understand a romantic relationship around her at the time?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And would you understand that she
We weren't sure if it was a real romantic relationship or not. And the other one was married.
okay, well, what I heard was it was complicated.
Okay.
because she said she's talking about this relationship and she says it was complicated. So I guess that's referring to the two relationships that she's got, and
Right.
and she's saying that it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to see one of them. That was what it was, and you helped in that situation. Would you understand that?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And she's also saying to me that I get this sense of feeling indebted to her, and just as she's saying that, I'm just seeing coins being placed in front of me, and I feel like one of my guides is coming forward and speaking from a material world point of view, a financial point of view, and I feel like there's coins being added to like how you put a coin and one on top of the other like a tower,
Mhm.
uh, and
Yes.
I'm being shown these coins, and I'm just being shown that you're about to turn your corner on your finances, and I'm being told that it's been like an uphill struggle with you for a long time, and I feel like you're almost coming to the top of the hill, and it's like you're going to be standing strong, because I'm being told that you're on the precipice of gaining financial freedom, and I don't know how that's going to happen, but those are the words that have been given to me by my guide, and he
Okay.
literally just pushed through whilst I was talking to your sister. So I know that's like a sense of urgency that you needed to know this.
Yes.
Would that make sense to you? Can you see that happening?
I'm hoping so. Yes, absolutely.
Oh. Mm. And I also feel, so I'm just checking over who wants to talk with me, because I had your sister and then my guide came forward, and I feel like my guide is still here, and his name is Arthur, and who is the one that's talking with me, and he is saying to me that um, you oh, do you pray?
Yes.
Because he's been telling me that you've been praying for financial freedom or financial help, and
Yes.
and I'm being told that what he's saying is your prayers are about to be answered, and you are about to become freer and freed up from your finances. And I feel like it's really close where this is coming, and I don't know how this is coming. It almost feels like suddenly you get a windfall, or suddenly there's a load of money. But it feels like you are going to be free. Yes, I'm being told you're going to be free, where you don't have to worry or stress over finances anymore. It's almost like your time where you know how we're here to learn our lessons, and then it almost feels like you have come to the end of that lesson, and it's like you don't need that anymore, and suddenly you're going to be free, and I'm feeling that very strongly that you're going to um that's going to be the case for you. And I I can still see your mum and your sister. Um, I can see the two sisters standing there, and so they're listening at the moment. And your mum is wanting to step forward, and she I feel like there's a sense of guilt, or a sense of worry about things, and I feel that she feels that she needs to almost like make things better with you and her, or make things better for you. Would that make sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
Because I feel like she's saying to me that she feels like she let you down or didn't do things right for you or wasn't the right mother or something of that nature, and she wants to apologize to you because she feels that she's done a number of things that haven't been correct in her opinion, and she feels like it's almost like she hasn't been the right sort of mother for you, and she's telling me that you have suffered as a result of some of her actions. Even today, there are wounds within you, even though you sort of remain strong and you feel like you're okay, but deep down there is a wound, and she's wanting to really be apologetic to you and apologize for some of her actions. And she's also saying she's made up some of her differences with other members of the family as well. I'm assuming this is with your two sisters. Would all that make sense to you?
Yes.
I've got another caller waiting, and I'm really sorry it goes so quickly. But if you want to find me, I'm either on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. So one or the other. And my name is Gail Moffat. So do find me. But I hope that that's okay for you.
Yes. Thank you so very much for your help.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Nice. Thank you for ringing in. Right. So we have Laurie in. Oh gosh, now that's a word I've got. I've just been told. Shenandoah in Pennsylvania. In fact, what I should say is Laurie in Pennsylvania. That would have been far easier, wouldn't it?
Hello.
Hello, Laurie. You see, I'm a long way from Shenandoah, so it was difficult
You got
for me
it
to
right.
pronounce that. Yay! Right, good. So, I'm a medium, and I can connect to loved ones, or I can connect to one of my guides and give guidance. Is there a particular way that you would like me to focus? And if so,
Whatever comes through to you, whatever you feel best with.
Okay, right. Let's see who wants to. I have to either go to my guide or see who's standing here. I feel like my guide wants to speak, and his name is Arthur, and he for some reason he wants to introduce himself to you and say hello.
Hi, Arthur.
Yeah, he's ever so sweet. I really like Arthur, and he's saying to me that you have been having some questions in your mind as to what's it all about, or the truth of life, or things like that, and you regularly think about sort of where things are true and where things aren't. Would that make sense to you?
Very much so.
And he's telling me that you're on this sort of exploratory sort of journey of and you're wanting to find your own spirituality, or your own truth, or what sort of slots in right for you. And he's very pleased to be able to help you out a little bit on this journey, because he feels that you need a little bit of guidance in that direction, because he knows you've been inquiring about that.
Okay.
He's telling me that he's speaking directly to you. He's saying, I am a guide, and I work very closely with Gail, and he's saying that this is something that's not unusual with everybody that exists. He's also telling me that you have had personally had some experiences, spiritual experiences that have questioned. I almost feel questioned your faith. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
and he's saying, and I almost, and he's saying to me that it's almost as though, well, how can that be true if that happened? Almost like, and sort of, there's a questioning that's really quite deep to the core. And he's saying to me that he wants to let you know you are actually on the right track. And the reason why you're on the right track is because the spirit world are, they're funny. They are. They make me laugh. The spirit world. They're. It's almost like they're saying to themselves, "Right, okay, Laurie. It's time for you to sort of get a grip of all of this and understand what's going on, and we're going to sort of nudge you in that right direction." And I'm being told that that's exactly what they're doing. They're, your inquiring mind has come a lot from some of your experiences, but also where spirit are guiding you. And I'm told that you've got a particular guide that's working very strongly with you. And the hope from spirit is that you eventually will be able to hear and see and sense spirit. Because I'm told also that you have had experiences that is leading in that direction. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
And what Arthur is saying is that he's saying that he would highly recommend that you seek out somebody that can teach you. And if you go to a spiritualist church, sometimes they will have people that teach there. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a struggle to find the right person, because not everybody, it's like every profession. Some are good and some are not so good. But he's urging you. He's saying to me that there is a plan with the spirit world, and they're wanting to guide you to the right person. They're telling me, in fact, Arthur is telling me off. He's saying to me that I needn't tell you that some are right and some are wrong. He's telling me off because he's telling me that you're going to be guided to the right person. And fancy him telling me off. Anyway, he's saying to me that he's going to be that your guide. He's correcting me. Your guide is going to be taking you along a path where you're going to be really opening up and connecting to spirit. And I'm also being told you're a medium and you're also a hands-on healer. And there's a sort of a sense of urgency that you need to develop. It's like the spirit world want this for you. Obviously, you have your own free will, and you have to want this too. And I wouldn't want to push you in a direction that you don't want. But I certainly feel that this is something that, I've been told, this is something that you've agreed to before you came to this life, and before you came, that you would create an understanding of mediumship and connecting to spirit. And so this is what's being told to me, that you have this strong spiritual awareness of spirit, and I've been told that you not only one of the things that I think is quite interesting is that I feel that you're going to be quite a strong healer. I think that's where your strength is going to lie, and I feel that there's going to be a healing guide that's going to be stepping forward with you, that will so there's going to be a healing guide that's going to step forward with you, that will be working with you throughout most of the time. So just to recap, Laurie, because I know we have a call problem. I was just saying that they are very keen to connect you to their world and for you to develop in your mediumship. But I feel more strongly a leniency towards healing. I feel like there's a strong healing energy with you, and that I also feel that there's going to be a healing guide that's going to step forward with you. And I'm also being told that you, but I'm being told that you need to sort of explore this more and develop these skills, because it's like it's there and ready for it to all open up for you.
Okay.
Is there any questions about that?
No, because like as of recently, I talked to some people and they kind of throw me off as crazy because I tell them like say my dog that passed, I tell them that my dog had came forth and he had told me, and when I explained it to him, I'm there. I don't hear him speaking to me in words or nothing. It's just something that like was I just know that like they say things to me, but I don't hear it in words. I don't. It's just, I've been seeing a lot of spirits and stuff. I think people have been thinking I'm crazy, and but I just kind of like feel and know these things, and they tell me things, and I just
Yeah. And you've got to marvel at spirit, because for some reason you are the one that got through. My guide came through and said, this is where we need to concentrate on, because you need to be reassured that you're not going mad. You're not sort of, there's nothing wrong with you, that this is the spirit world trying to sort of get you and steer you in the direction of something that, all I can say to you is, being a medium is probably one of the best things you could ever do in your life. It's enthralling to be connected to guides that are so incredible and so adorable, and I'm sure that if you went down that journey, you would absolutely love it. But I really feel that if you want this is there for you. And I'm also being told, just before I finish, is you would actually be very good at it as well. I feel you've got a real natural talent for this. How does that sound?
It sounds wonderful. Letting people know that their loved ones are all right and other spirits and stuff. That's wonderful.
Yeah. It's and I know that you've got a very strong guide that's working with you and
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Angelic Connections with Carrie M. Bush. Live from Facebook.com/Carrie M. Bush.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Angelic Connection
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hey everyone, so welcome to Angelic Connections. I am your host for today, Carrie Bush, coming from the UK. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody is having a really good start to their week. So just before I came on air, I pulled our cards, our weekly card guidance, and also 3 cards for a special message for you at the end of the show. The cards that I'm using today are the Angel Power Wisdom cards, and I have the 3 cards for your message at the end of the show. So right now, I just want you to take a moment and think of the number that you are drawn to, number 1, number 2, or number 3. Go with the number that pops straight into your mind, because that is the right number for you, and that will connect you to the right message for you. So that's at the end of the show. I will reveal the messages. But our weekly card, our guidance for the week, is the Angel of Action card, everybody. And this is really special because right now we are being assisted to move forward on our path in a very big way. We have good energy behind us. We have the retrograde energies. We've got 4 planets in retrograde, everyone. I'm sure you're all feeling it. At times you can become overwhelmed with the retrogrades. You know, this is high energy. This is a high transformational time. We are evolving to a very high level, connecting back to our light being. So there is moments that you can feel a little bit overwhelmed with this energy. But what we must remember is this is the perfect energy for manifesting. This is the perfect energy for success. So any action steps that you are guided to take right now is going to speed up that process for you. You will be flying. This is your transformation time. This is when you get your wings, you spread your wings and you fly and you start to receive everything. But you do need to work with the universe. We are the co-creators of our life. So when we co-create, that is working together with the universe. So any action steps that you are guided to take right now, go for it, because you're going to be so supported. Even baby steps is going to really, really help you. Sometimes the smallest action step per day will really, really push you on. It will catapult you forward to where you need to be. So as I say, manifesting super, super high right now. You can make things happen under this energy. So try and use the energy wisely. Try and use the energy to your benefit right now, because if you do, you are going to see everything come in. So I just want to talk a little bit about surrendering your desires to the divine. This is absolute must when you're manifesting. If you hold on to your desires too tight and you don't let them go, you will create a block, and it will be very, very hard for your desires to manifest. This is always a really, really tricky subject, because when we want something really badly, it's natural for us to think about it all the time. It's natural for us to question, when's it coming? How's it coming? But actually we break the connection. What happens? We lose focus. We become frustrated. The self-doubt creeps in. The control creeps in. We begin to say, is this going to happen? How is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? And more frustration creeps in. And you end up in a vicious cycle. You end up circling round and around and around. And you end up driving yourself crazy. but you still don't receive your manifestation because you're holding on too tight, because you haven't let go. And what happens is it causes resistance. And we cannot manifest successfully when we're coming from a space of resistance. We need to come from a space of alignment. So we need to come from a space of completely trusting that our desires are going to come to us. We can't keep asking over and over again for the same thing, because what we do when we do this is we are telling the universe that we do not trust. Because when you ask for something, if you keep asking over and over and over, that is putting out the vibration that you are not trusting. So you will be in a space of resistance. Resistance is so hard to manifest from. You're going to really struggle to receive anything. Alignment is where you will successfully manifest from, because when you're in alignment, you are at your highest vibration. When you aren't trusting and flowing with your path, you are at a lower vibration, and you need to be on your highest vibration in order to receive everything that you want. So we need to let go of the self-doubt. We need to let go of the worrying. We need to realize that letting go equals magically manifesting effortlessly everything that you want. So you need to focus where you want to be, rather than what's not coming in for you now. So you need to ask yourself, are my needs fulfilled now, where I am now? Or are you in a space where you just don't feel fulfilled unless you get what you've asked for? Unless your manifestation comes into form, do you feel fulfilled? Because you need to be fulfilled now. You need to be in the present moment now. You need to be connecting with your power, which is always in the here and now and the present moment. You can't expect your manifestation to come in and feel something within you, like feel a void within you. You have to be all of that within you now to successfully, rapidly manifest. So if you keep asking for the same thing, you may have a void. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples here. So if you were manifesting money, you're manifesting a sum of money, you're manifesting abundance in your life, but you keep asking for it. You're not receiving it. You're getting frustrated. The money isn't coming to you. You're not seeing any changes with your finances, and you begin to get frustrated. There is a void in this area. You need to look at it. You need to ask yourself, what is this void? What is stopping me from manifesting? Because if you match the right energy to what you're manifesting, you're going to manifest every single time. And money is just energy. We are energy beings. And if we match the right mindset, you won't fail. You have to receive. That is the law. That is the powerful law of attraction. That all works on energy and frequency. So you could then have a void. So what you need to do is you need to ask yourself, where is my money mindset? Am I trusting that this money is coming to me? Do I feel worthy of this money coming to me? Have I got old, outdated conditioning around my money mindset? Maybe you've been programmed as a child, maybe your carers and your parents, without even realizing, completely unintentionally, were always saying things to you like, don't waste that money, don't buy that because you need to save. That's unnecessary. We've got to save every penny. Don't waste that. So without realizing it, you would have been programmed. It happens to all of us. We all are at some point in the wrong money mindset. So another example, if you were manifesting romance, you're manifesting love, and you're getting frustrated around love, you need to ask yourself, where's the void here? Why is this love not manifesting for me? Have you got a void somewhere? Are you coming from a space of self-love? Again, do you feel worthy of receiving love? Do you feel lovable? Have you got past pain and hurts around love, situations, emotional experiences that still need to be released? This is all what you need to ask yourself, why you're not receiving. So we basically have to have no attachment to the result. We need to surrender all attachments. We need to ask, know it's done, move away from it. That is going to keep you aligned and open and ready to receive. A really good way of remembering this is imagining that you're going to the supermarket and you're doing your food shop. You grab your basket, you put in all the food that you want, you go to the checkout, you line it all up at the checkout, you bag it all up, you pay for it, and then some people take the option to say, can I have that delivered to my home later? And they go, yeah, sure, that will be delivered later. Use this analogy the same as manifesting with the universe. So you've got your shopping basket, you're putting everything in it that you desire, your shopping basket of the universe, you're putting everything in it that you desire. You go to the checkout, that's you asking, this is what I want. You're at the checkout, you wait, you wait and you pack it, and then you wait for delivery. You don't have any doubts that that shopping isn't going to arrive. That's a really, really good way of thinking of it, and a really good way to relax your mind. So I just hope that helps somebody today, and makes a difference. Surrender, let go, and you will see huge difference around your manifesting. So I think we have a caller on the line now. We're going to go to Ida. Have we got Ida on the line? Ida, sorry.
yes.
Have we got Ida? Hello, Ida. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm really good, thank you. I'm really good. I'm going a bit croaky because I've got really bad hay fever, so it keeps affecting my throat. So I do apologise if I go a bit croaky. How can I help you?
This is a first for me, so I'm guessing just to ask you a question.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go ask away.
Okay, so I've been in a crazy relationship type deal with two brothers. It's the craziest thing ever. I'm just wondering, where is this gonna go?
Okay, so you're in a relationship with two different people who are brothers. Is that right?
Yes, pretty much. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull. So how I work is I'm going to pull the oracle cards of the romance deck, and then I get the guidance from the angels. I will give you everything I get around this situation. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the cards now, and I'm going to ask for some messages for you. Let's pull a couple more and see where we're at with this. Okay, so we've got romantic feelings card. So this is telling me that your romantic feelings are stirred for both. You're in a space at the moment, like you say, where you're in a bit of a tricky situation. You're not sure where you're going. You're not sure what right decision to make. The angels are saying you do have feelings for both. So this is obviously going to cause confusion. And what we need to do is we need to give you the right guidance now, because obviously what we don't want to happen is this to all kind of blow up on you, because seeing two people at once, especially brothers, you know, you obviously know you need to make a choice. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I get the release your ex card. There, one of these brothers would have been the first person that you saw, so would be the energy of quite pushy. Does that make sense? So the first brother that you connected with, would he be quite a pushy in nature, quite bolshy?
Yes.
Okay, and the other brother's quite sensitive, a little bit quieter. Would that make sense?
Uh-huh.
So I'm feeling the guidance that the angels are giving me is that the more sensitive brother would be more suited to you. He can offer you more in the future, but the excitement is with the other brother, the one who's a bit more pushy and outgoing and quite a cheeky chappy. But they're saying you need to make the decision from the heart, and you need to make your decision with the brother who can offer you love, stability, security, and not just the wild ride, if that makes sense. Is that connecting with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I get the getting to know each other card. So you've obviously been getting to know them both. They've got very, very different personalities. They're brothers, but they are, wow, they're so, so different. They really, really are. So their energy is very, very different. So you've been getting to know them both. You have to make your choice. The guidance I'm receiving for you is go with the more sensitive, the more thoughtful brother, because he is the one who is going to be better for you in the long run. The other one, I get a feeling that he can't always be trusted. Would that make sense to you?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and the last card I get for you is you deserve love. So this, I feel like the angels are saying you're in a space right now where you don't always love yourself too much. You haven't always felt good about yourself. You haven't always felt deserving. This is from your childhood. Would that resonate to you?
Yes.
There's situations in your childhood. Listen, you were really hurt. You were let down. You wasn't given the love that you deserved. So what's happening right now is you are craving this love from both because it feels good. And do you know what? Do not beat yourself up about that, because that is absolutely natural. But you've got to fill the void inside your heart. Inside your heart is saying that you're not good enough. You don't deserve it. Did somebody in your childhood put you down a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm
My dad.
feeling this. There's some right, yeah. So your dad's put you down. He's made you feel unlovable. But you know what? This is not true. The angels are saying, please, please realize that your dad had his own issues and he portrayed them onto you. This is not true. It's not true. You are fully lovable and deserving. You're a beautiful, beautiful person. So you need to give yourself more love. You need to give yourself more love, and that is going to help you. So I hope that helps you. Okay, I would go for the sensitive one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you take care.
Thank you. You too, ma'am.
Bye. So we're going to go to our second caller now. We've got Ashley on the line. Hi, Ashley. Are you there?
Hi, I'm here. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Brilliant. How can I help you?
I just wanted to see maybe if there was any guidance or seeing if there's any past loved ones around me.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull you a couple of different cards. I'm going to do a message from the heaven card first. This is for Ashley. Let's get another one. And then I'm going to pull you a gateway oracle card, because these are really lovely for guidance. Okay. Okay, so your heaven card is your intuition is strong and we are reaching out to you for help. And your second card is listen to your inner voice as we try and guide you, use your intuition. So this is telling me straight away that you're in a bit of a space where you're not quite sure where you're going. You're feeling a little bit all over the place. Would that be right, Ashley?
Correct.
You got decisions to make. You are being guided. There's a male in spirit. Is there a male that you lost in spirit? A beautiful energy.
My grandfather or my mom's boyfriend a few
I
years
feel
ago.
it's your grandfather. He's saying it, yeah, he's stepping forward. It's your grandfather. He is guiding you. He is saying you will not go wrong. You need to listen to your heart. You need to listen to your heart. He's making this really, really clear. Because you've got people telling you different stuff. Does that make sense? You've got different advice coming and it's confusing. And he's saying, go with your heart. He's with you and he's leading you to where you need to be. Listening to your heart. That's extra confirmation. You need to listen to your heart. receiving from the angels. So you are receiving this guidance from the angels and your grandfather. You will not go wrong. You will make the right decisions. He's telling me that now. You're starting fresh and you're renewing your life. So this is your new beginning. You are clearing out the clutter. Clutter needs to go. So it's telling me you're in a very powerful releasing time and you're in a time of change. Big changes coming up for you. Would you be moving? Because I feel lots of packing up. If you're not moving, then it's literally packing up the past and emotions and clearing that out. But you've got a lot of guidance. You've got a lot of support here. This grandfather is a beautiful energy. He's one of your guides, and he's saying, just don't listen to everybody. Listen to your heart, because you're getting confused. There's too many people telling you. Have you left a relationship or something? I feel like you've left something.
No, it's just rocky.
Yeah, okay, because I'm feeling like you're leaving something, and a lot of it I feel is the past. There's a lot of past around you at the moment that needs to be released. That's what the clearing of the clutter is. It's making you confused. There's still stuff that's taking your focus that's linked with the past, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so release that. He's saying you won't go wrong. It is all going to be absolutely fine. It's all going to be fine. It's all going to work out for you. Just try and keep the calm and peace of mind in your head, because sometimes when we get overwhelmed by the changes around us, it just creates real unsettling feeling. And he's saying you don't need to worry. He's got your back. He's got your back, and he's going to push you forward. You're going to make the right choices. You're going to easily release all of this. He's saying, talk to me, ask me, because he's very much around you.
Awesome.
I hope that helps.
Awesome. Yes, it does. Thank you.
Have no worries, because, with him as your guide, you're going to fly.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay, you take care.
You also. Thank you.
Bye. Okay, so I am going to go on to our messages now. So at the beginning of the show, I asked you to focus on the number 1, 2, or 3 for your special card message. So for everybody who chose number 1, your message is Heaven's Messages. And this card says, your loved ones in heaven want you to know they are safe, protected, and reunited with their family and friends. So this is so much love from heaven. So loved, so protected, so guided. If you have been worried about a loved one that's passed, please, please don't worry. They are fine. They are with their loved ones. They are happy where they are. So no worries. Take the worries away straight away. There's nothing to fear or worry about. You don't need to be worried about someone. But this is also a really loving message for you to say they're right by your side. They're helping you manifest. Manifestation is very strong around you right now. So you can connect to your loved one, but a little bit of extra power there. For everyone who chose number 2, your card is the distractions card. And this says, control your thoughts and actions to help you stay focused. This is telling me that you may be a little bit distracted on your path. You may have your thoughts and emotions and feelings a little bit all over the place. And this is perfectly fine and natural under 4 planets in retrograde. A lot of us are feeling a bit ooh at the moment, but this is your reminder to not get distracted from your path. You actually have wonderful, wonderful opportunities for change now. So just be mindful where your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions are going right now. Make sure that they complement what it is that you're bringing in, so that you're staying on that right vibration. Try and do one thing every day that keeps you connected to the higher vibrations, such as grounding, balancing, meditating, all of that sort of thing. Pick one thing a day that is going to keep you connected to that higher vibration. For everyone who chose number 3, your card is look up and look forward. And it says, welcome new developments for positive change. Hello, positive change. You are moving forward. You may have felt that you've been stuck. You may have felt that things have not been moving. And this is the card of movement. This is the card of beautiful change, positive experiences and really getting that momentum building. You are not going backwards anymore. So step away from the past. You're not there anymore. You're only looking forward, and you've got so much to come. So many magical blessings headed your way. So keep going and know that this change is very guided. It's going to bring you to a beautiful chapter of your life and lots and lots and lots of excitement. So I hope everybody connected to their messages. I hope everybody resonated to them. And I want to say thank you for joining me on my show again this week. It's so lovely connecting with you all. Thank you for being here. And you can find me on Facebook at Carrie M. Bush. You can find me on Instagram at Carrie Marie Bush. I'm also on Twitter. I have books on Amazon. I have a support group, a spiritual soul family subscription group. You can come and find me there on Facebook. And have the most beautiful week, everybody. I am sending you so much magical energy and so much love and light. Take care of yourself, and hopefully you can join me next Tuesday at the same time.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Angel Guidance by Lisa Shore. Live from PureLoveEnergy.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Angel Guidance
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to my show. My name is Lisa, and I am a healer, medium, intuitive, and teacher of all things spirit. And I'm so happy you're here today. So today we're going to do a few things. I'm going to draw some cards for you for your week ahead. And we're also going to take a caller a little bit, and we're just going to have a little chat for a minute. So you're joining me today on the A1R radio network and on Moonstruck TV, and you maybe see me on all kinds of platforms, so welcome wherever you are. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what's coming up for the week ahead, and we're going to do this interactively, although some of you won't see this interactively. You know, you can still do this at home. So this is what we'll do. I want you to, first of all, I'm going to draw some cards. I'm going to draw 8 cards, okay? 8 cards. And of those 8 cards, I want you to pick 3 cards. And just hold the number in your mind. So either you pick 1, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 8 or whatever it is, that's fine. In fact, you might want to write them down. I pick card 2, 7, 8 or whatever it is. Just jot it down. And then I'm going to start to draw some cards for you. And this is about your week ahead. This is about your emotional state. This is about how well you're manifesting. This is about could be about relationships, could be about your health, and this is how we do it. So I'm just going to draw some cards here right now and give you some insight on what's going on. So please have your numbers selected. And while you're doing that, I just want to share that over on Facebook, which I'm on right now, I have a group, and my group is called Reiki Live, and I'm a healer. So as a healer, I am able to give Reiki to anyone who would receive it. And so when I give Reiki, it's a healing, energetic healing modality. And I also give information like loved ones in spirit who may be near you, or intuitive messages. And so I do that for free on my group Reiki Live. It's REIKILIVE. Okay, so you should have your cards drawn by now. I'm starting to pick up some cards here and putting them in order so I do not mix them up, because my guides talk to me in my head, you know, like on my visual screen and in my ear, and show me things in the physical world, and they talk to me through cards too. So the cards themselves are not magical or anything. The cards, though, give messages that are perfectly timed for you, because the universe functions in perfect timing and everything happens for a reason. So the cards you receive today are your messages for the week. Okay, and I'm dropping cards. But when cards jump out like that, I look at it as a message that I really need to pay attention to that particular card. So I've drawn 4 cards so far. Let's see. I'm going to draw a couple more, and then I'm going to start, and then I'll draw the last 2 or so at the very end. Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so the first card, if you drew or you chose card number 1, this card's for you. You've chosen 3 numbers, so remember those other 2. So I'll get to those cards in a minute. But the first card today is surrender your fear of change. Okay, change can be very scary, can it? Yeah, because we don't know what's ahead. Right now, in the world, we're experiencing a lot of change in our outer world. You know, there's people who are at home because they can't go to work, or there are also people who are not feeling well and they don't know what's going on. So all these things are happening. That's true. But the message for you, for if you drew card 1, is to surrender your fear of change. And the message is this: the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. So you have to trust that your higher self, that the universe is always going to take care of you. Whether you're afraid of change in your job or your health or a relationship, or if your fear has to do with growing older and how do you handle these things, you want to repeat an affirmation, okay, to help kind of fix your thoughts back on track. So the affirmation is, I have faith that all is well. That's a very powerful affirmation. You're claiming that for yourself spiritually. And that is very important because the universe is intelligent, okay? And we interact with this intelligence to create our lives. So surrender your fear of change if you chose card number 1. Card number 2, surrender to the wisdom of your body. And I'm not getting this right. There we go. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Okay. What does that mean exactly? Well, you want to listen to your body. Your body sends you signals and messages that everything's okay or not okay. So the message says, listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. So your body can interact with the outer world too, can pick up on vibes from people. You know, have you ever been around a person and you're getting like, picking up some negative vibes from that person? You need to pay attention to that. Like if it makes you feel like your stomach's upset or it gives you headache or depression in your body when you're around this person, figure out what's causing that. Decide, what is my body trying to tell me about this situation or person? If you feel physically drained around a person or uncomfortable, be cautious around that person, okay? Because there's something telling you energetically that something's not right. So trust that. And then if you are energized and happy about being in a situation or a circumstance or around a person, then move forward with it, because that is your body giving you signals. Yes, it's good. This feels right. Trust those feelings. Okay. Next card, if you chose card number 3, now remember you chose 3 numbers. All right. So this next card is about your psychic abilities. Okay, this card says you are profoundly clairvoyant. Now, what does that mean, clairvoyance? Well, clairvoyance for me is when I see an image of something in my mind that I did not imagine myself. Okay, so this clairvoyance means clear seeing. All right, and everyone has the ability to have psychic gifts turned on. Not everyone turns their psychic gifts on. And you simply turn them on by starting to acknowledge them. So this card says, trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as your physical sight. For your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. Okay, because when you are seeing something in your physical, in your mind, that's your intuition giving you messages. All right. And when you see something in the outer world, like the physical world, that seems to click with something you've been thinking about, take that as a message, as a confirmation that what you've been thinking about is something that's being acknowledged or affirmed. All right. And go with the feeling you get at the time. Intuition and using your psychic senses is about incorporating all of the senses into understanding what's best for you. Okay, the 4th card that I drew is called the Earth Angel card. So this is a beautiful card for you. This card is about your ability to live and give with an open heart, okay? And this is the ability to teach others about love through your actions, through your compassion, through your kindness, through your ability to listen to others as they tell you their concerns or their challenges. Okay, so this is a gift you have. And so continue to use this gift. Use it carefully though. You know, don't let people zap your energy. Have you ever heard of an energy vampire? Those are people who just take, and don't give back. And so you always want to be with people who are going to honor your beautiful, compassionate self. And you want to be with people who are going to honor your boundaries about that too. All right. Boundaries meaning when you've had enough, you say it and you move on. That's a boundary. Okay. All right. Fifth card. Yep, fifth card. This card is the High Priestess card. I think we drew this card last week too. A couple of these messages are similar to last week's. So the High Priestess card is about a person who is in tune with their higher self. This is a person who trusts their intuition, who trusts the knowledge, the information, the feelings that come through, just like we were talking about. Your body senses energy and gives you a reaction physically to that energy. Okay? So trust your intuition. Now, it's also important to carefully think about decisions before you make them. Okay? This is also a reminder card that you want to decide if something's really going to be good for you, or you're going to have to think about it a little more. It's okay not to answer right away. Other people don't need your decision immediately. You have the power to decide when you want. So sometimes we can tune into our decisions and our life by meditating, by sitting in awareness and allowing all these other thoughts of the world to kind of float out and focus on our breathing and allow insight to flow in. Insight is energy. It's through clairvoyance, clear seeing, like we just talked about, or you can hear it, or you can feel it emotionally. So pay attention to your decisions. Sit in awareness to receive clear answers. Okay, next card, and this is the sixth card. Okay, five. This card says Five of Spring. Well, this is a fairies deck, so they use their tarot terms a little differently if you're used to regular tarot. But the number 5 is all about transitioning into something new, and you're not quite sure what it is yet. You know, it's something that's sort of like you're thinking about it a little bit, but you're not sure you're there. It's a number of change. Okay, so you're moving from the stability of a 4 into a little unstable 5. You know, you're almost there. You're moving into the 6. So that's a little bit of numerology, but the 5 card is about change and starting to come to grips with that change. Okay, this card's message is opposing goals arising from different opinions, feeling at odds with yourself and others. Okay, so if you're having this back and forth in your mind about, do I go this way? Do I go that way? What do you need to do? As we just learned in the High Priestess card, even if it wasn't your card, you need to think about things before you react to them. You need to go inward and feel the answer within you. Is this the right decision for me? Now, this card also says that feeling at odds with yourself and others, okay, from different opinions. Everyone has the right to their opinion. Do you have to take their opinion? No, you don't. You can consider it, you can be polite about it, but please go within, into your own power. You know, you don't want to take your decisions in life and make them because of someone else's idea of how it should be for you. Okay, so that's 6. We have 2 more cards. Alrighty, let's see, I'm going to do this one here. And this is once again from a fairy tarot deck, which is really nice. Okay, so the 7th card is called the 6 of Summer. Let me show that to you. So if you chose this card, the 6 of Summer is about your emotions. Okay, this is about your heart. So this is about being childlike. This is about feeling in your heart as if you were a child when the world was magical and everything was open to you. Okay, because usually when we're young children, we like to imagine, we like to play. And so this card's inviting you to bring some of that in. This card's also talking about romance, okay? And it's possibly going to entail someone from your childhood or your growing up period in life who's going to come back into your life and make a reappearance, and you get to decide if you want to connect with this person or not. This is also about remembering events differently. So sometimes we tend to look back at people we used to know and we skip over the parts we didn't like and just remember the good parts. It's really important for you to decide to look at past events as a whole and not as just the little parts you want to remember. Because sometimes it's easy to want to get involved with someone who you used to know because they're comfortable feeling. But all the reasons that maybe you never connected in the first place don't come to mind. So you need to sit in silence, sit in awareness, and decide, is this person going to be right for you? Sometimes we just remember things differently because we don't want to revisit the past when it was either negative or something we didn't like. Okay, so think about that when someone comes into your life. And then the final card is, and there were 8 cards, so you should have chosen 3. Let's see which one is. All right. Ooh, this is nice. This is the 10 of Summer. This is about your heart as well. This is about relationships. And so the 10 of Summer is about coming to a really good feeling, coming to a perfect ideal of love, coming into the feeling of being fulfilled with life, with family, or with friends. Okay, and it's also being able to count on people you trust. So you want to decide but you want to open your eyes to what you have right in front of you and see the beauty in your life that you have right now. Because if you receive this card, there's a lot of it for you right now. And if you're not seeing it, then take a moment. Think about what makes you grateful, and then move into that feeling of how am I fulfilled? What makes me happy? Are there people in my life that truly do fill me up in my heart? And if that's the case, then honor that and be grateful for that, because when you do that, you're going to receive more of those reasons to be grateful, to feel good. Okay, so let me just review the 8 cards. The first one is surrender your fear of change. All right. The second is surrender to the wisdom of your body. So use your body as a guide when you're working intuitively so that you can feel if you should be with a person or not, or if they're healthy for you, etc. The next one is you are clairvoyant, so use your inner vision. The next card, the 4th card, is the Earth Angel card. So it's about you sharing your gift of love. The 5th card is the High Priestess, using your intuition once again. The 6th card is the 5 of Spring, which is not using other people's opinions of yourself to make decisions. Then the next card is the 6 of Summer, which is the 7th card, about childhood and remembering people differently or the same. And then the last card is fulfilling your life in a beautiful way with beautiful people around you. And this is here for you now. So I really appreciate you being here and listening to my week's forecast. And I'm going to take a caller now. And so I'm very, very happy and thrilled to speak with Sierra in Bluffdale, Utah. Hi, Sierra.
Yes, hi.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thanks. Yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you. So, Sierra, so tell me why you're calling today. What's on your mind?
Oh my gosh, well, I am just starting a new chapter in life. I just recently found out that I am expecting another baby, And so this is child number 4, and so I'm just kind of excited and curious to see what I might have going for me.
You're okay. So what you have going for you in terms of the baby, first of all, congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
pregnancy. Yeah. So you want to know about the baby, or the just how this is going to change or impact your life, or tell me a little more about what you want to learn.
Yeah, just a little more about what I guess the future might have in store for me, what I should be focusing on, or, just what I need to know or do to improve my life and focus on this next chapter of my life.
I see. Okay. I see. So, with this baby, would this be a baby that came significantly after the others? Would there be a gap in between the first 3 and this child?
There's a little bit of a gap. There's a 2.5-year gap. But my other kids were further apart. They were 5 years apart. So.
Okay. Okay. So, first of all, I'm just I'm feeling I'm just tuning into this little spirit, and this little spirit feels very bubbly, very giggly, full of laughter, and this little spirit feels like she's going to teach you a lot of joy. What I'm understanding and okay, so what I feel with you is I feel like you're very much by the book. You have you're organized, you keep things going, you're a practical person. And I feel like sometimes you get a little drawn into that. Like, it's sometimes a challenge to just let loose and let go and be yourself, because you feel like you have to hold it together for everyone. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's somewhat accurate, yeah.
Okay. So this little baby is coming in as going to be, and this is you're going to realize this later, but she's I feel like it's maybe a female, but I'm not tuning into that exactly, but I keep feeling very feminine energy, so this could go either way. But she feels, to me, this feminine energy feels very bubbly, like I said, and light and happy, and it's going to pull you out of that. It's going to have you live in the moment, okay? Like,
okay,
100% with her, or this little baby being, because she is like, she's going to be the sparkle in your life that you forgot you had. And this is just what's coming through. I don't know how she's going to be that for you, but I do feel that like she's going to lift you up in a way that's just going to be delightful. And she's going to really bring this fresh air into your life. Okay? Let me draw a couple cards too, and just see what the guidance is here for you. Okay, let's see. Okay, so are you, I feel like you're working on manifesting things in your life. Are you working on using the law of attraction? Because it feels like you think about these things, and I want to let you know that you're very powerful in your ability to manifest, okay? Like, you can create things pretty quickly. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, because this is something that's going to do a couple things for you. You're not only creating things very quickly, but you're going to notice that some people are going to fall away from you that aren't really connecting with you vibrationally anymore. And I feel like there's some decisions things are going through your mind about how I see this. I feel like it's another person, and I feel like you're looking at them differently because you have changed also. Would you understand that? Okay. So sometimes with the law of attraction, let me see what this card says. Yeah. because we change with the law of attraction, when we vibrate at a higher frequency, we are calling in like situations or circumstances that we co-create in our lives. Okay. So, hello?
Hello?
Hi. Okay, great. So we were talking about the law of attraction and you being a powerful manifester, and then also people who you may start to, as you continue on your spiritual path, I feel like there's like a spiritual awakening going on with you. You're going to start seeing people fall away from you that no longer are like in your circle anymore. Like you can't even, like you're going to notice people you can't even be around anymore. Are you starting to see that?
You know, yes, I have. I mean, I feel like I'm just kind of going down this path of learning about myself more. I feel like for many years I kind of neglected myself, which tends to happen. I think when you're a mother, you kind of forget to put yourself first at times. And so I have definitely kind of gone down this path where I'm more focused on me and bettering my life than myself. And so I've definitely seen a lot of people starting to kind of break away, and I'm not hurt by it. I'm okay with it.
Right. Let me pull another card, because where you were then is where they were, and now where you are, they're not. So it's okay and not to feel bad. The card I pulled for you also is Surrender to Spirit, which actually goes very well with this idea of releasing people. So the message on the card actually is, once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let Spirit work its magic for you. So when you have these situations where you're not sure about something, but you're making a decision, move forward with it and give it over to the universe and allow this to unfold for you perfectly. Okay, so that just works really well with decision making. Let me do one more card because I think we're going to run out of time here. Also, you are bringing in your own personal power, and your personal power is how you stand up for yourself and where you draw your boundaries. And this is connected with your solar plexus chakra. And so you want to, if you want to bring in more personal power into your life, you can bring in actually the color yellow. You can start to bring in any kind of foods that are yellow, crystals that are yellow. That's going to strengthen your personal power and your self-improvement. This whole idea that you're on about improving yourself, raising yourself up is beautiful. And this is part of your spiritual path. So continue to focus on your personal powers. This is exactly where you need to be. All right.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Ask Rebecca radio show with Rebecca Russo. Live from AskRebecca.guru. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Ask Rebecca radio show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thanks for joining me. How is everyone doing? Hopefully, you're doing well and you're continuing to make the best of the situation that we all find ourselves in right now. I know there's a lot of fear and an overload of different narratives and agendas being pushed onto the public. Best advice, stay grounded in reality. Do your due diligence and research information for yourself by looking at multiple sources, especially ones that are outside of your normal routine and beliefs, right? We need to look at everything, not just what you're always reading and always following. It's opening yourself up and getting multiple perspectives so that you can intuit and see what actually resonates and vibrates as truth for you. And you just have to be willing to take your blinders off and seek truth for yourself. Do not believe something just because you think an organization that is touted by the mainstream media and or the government claims to have your best interests at heart. The rabbit hole of lies, it runs deep, and society is only ever told what the powers to be want you to know. Believe it or not, they know exactly how this reality works and how powerful the collective consciousness is in manifesting desired outcomes. They use you to stay wealthy and in control. So do some research on social engineering. Follow that rabbit hole, see what you come across. And remember this, the devil comes disguised in many forms and is an agent of fear. So if all you're doing is connecting with fear-based information, look outside of that, okay? Explore other options. All right, so before we get into everything for the intuitive messages, as usual, let's do a moment of Zen to help integrate some of the June eclipse energies that are already affecting us. Close your eyes, open your palms, and allow yourself to be open to receive. I'm going to be connecting with your higher self and calling on your teams of guides to help energetically clear any blocks, emotional residue, and or negative attachments in your physical body and light bodies. This will help raise your vibration, expand your consciousness, and increase your awareness in order to help prepare your soul for ascension. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, relaxing as much as possible with every exhalation. And I'll let you know when to open your eyes. All right, open your eyes. I was getting into that for a minute. I could have stayed in that Zen place. Okay, so tonight, or oh gosh, I'm so used to saying tonight, but I meant today, I won't be taking a caller so that I can do the intuitive messages for this week and next. I'm taking a little mini vacation because my bridesmaids are coming into town and my future mother-in-law, they are taking me wedding dress shopping this weekend. And I'm so excited and I'm already in vacation mode. I don't even feel like working, but I'm doing the show because it's what I do. It's my jam. And I just want to say that I'm really excited and I'm really grateful that Florida is open for business with social distancing measures in place, especially since we organized this last year. And, intuitively, I felt like it was still going to happen. And I'm so grateful that I trusted my intuition. And, we'll be taking the necessary precautions so that we can have a kick-ass time and enjoy it while we remain safe. And, I'm just looking forward to spending quality time with my family. All right, let's get into what you can expect from today, May 19th, through to June 2nd as an overall theme, and then areas of love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. General themes. As usual, we have some strong Venus retrograde activity this week, which will bring in another round of insecurity, disappointment, and disillusionment in love and money. And look, this may seem like a negative thing, but the big picture of this retrograde activity is to give you the opportunity to gain insight into your deeper issues that want to be healed, that want to be resolved, and that want to be rectified so that you can turn those negative feedback loops and the things that you're attracting to you based on your baggage into a positive outcome, right? Deal with your baggage, because this is a time where mastering yourself and learning to love yourself will have a massive impact on your happiness. Don't you want to be happy? I know it sucks working on ourselves and having to deal with emotions and feelings and maybe analyzing and looking at the things that we might think we did wrong, or choices that we made, or things that we said, or just dealing with the past of having other people having hurt us. It's not fun, but it's not as bad as you think. And having been through it myself over the last, 10 plus years, I am happier than I have ever been in my entire life. And I keep just attracting more positive, amazing experiences and people and relationships into my life. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that would never have happened if I didn't deal with my baggage, with all my junk, all my insecurities, all my fears, all of the false beliefs that I've had. So take my word, or well, you don't have to take my word, but try it for yourself and see how you feel, and you'll get what I'm talking about. Okay. We will also have new moon energies in Gemini, which will bring excitement around travel, love, and money. And that's going to counterbalance that Venus retrograde energy. So lots of blessings and things that will be going much better than you would expect, especially in the near future, right? So practice a little patience, because it's a little bit of a slow go with everything that's going on in the world, but things are moving towards improvement. The only minor bump that I'm feeling in this positive energy is possible delays in travel if you are traveling, and or miscommunication. But since the new moon energies are more potent and they lean more towards the positive things and aspects in our lives, any minor hiccups that you might experience, they won't even phase you. It's not even going to be a big deal. Like, you're not going to get triggered by it. You might just be annoyed by it, but you're going to be able to move on. No problem. This doesn't feel like anything major or significant that's going to shatter your world or rock your world in that way. So to me, it feels like a lot of positive things. There could be periods of feeling awkward or others being awkward around you. Someone could rain on your parade or place judgment on something that you're excited about. Don't take it personally. This is something that I'm experiencing myself, just because I'm not in a fear-based type energy, and I am going out there and I'm going to go dress shopping and I'm going to hang out with my friends that are coming from California, my sister that's coming from Colorado. And that really triggers a lot of people because they feel, well, I shouldn't be doing that and we shouldn't be doing that. But it's not their place. And as long as we're taking precautions and we are not hurting anyone else, we get to live our life just as much as the people that want to stay home and be safe. I have no judgment against that, right? So don't take anything personally during this time. There's a lot of energies that are at play. So if somebody's kind of poo-pooing on the things that you're excited about, don't let it get you down. You stay in your high vibration and stay happy, and it'll be fine. There's also a caution with driving and moving your physical body. So pay attention to your surroundings. That's always important. Be present in the moment. Get out of your head. Get into reality. Pay attention to where you're walking. Don't text and drive. Just really pay attention to your surroundings so that you're not ending up with some minor injuries or in a car accident. You could also overdo things physically, mentally, and emotionally because, again, that energy is kind of prime. So You might be going hard. You might decide, I'm going to go to the gym, and you end up at the gym for like 5 hours working out because you're feeling amazing, but you could physically overdo things, right? Same thing with mentally and emotionally. You're going to feel things. You're going to feel happy. Maybe you're going to feel sad. Don't dwell on any of the emotions. Just try to always bring yourself to a balanced state. Lots of healing energies around. Parts of yourself that are hurting, whether emotionally, mentally, spiritually, or physically, are being brought into your awareness through various situations and circumstances so that you can heal your traumas and begin to awaken and remember just how amazingly powerful and vast and magnificent you truly are. So stay in that vibration. Stay in that positive space, right? Because then you're going to just attract more positive things to you. What you put your attention and focus on grows. If you're putting your attention on fear and freaking out and feeling like crap, well, you're just going to keep feeling that way. So you really have to find that balance and pull yourself out of that. Nobody's going to do it for you. You have to do that yourself. It's also a time for a greater reality check. Where are you putting your energy, right? Go through your being, your immediate environment, and your life to see what isn't in alignment with your trueness, with yourself, with who you are, the real you, not the person that you think you have to be for other people or who you think they want you to be. You need to be you, and you need to honor that. And really kind of see if your energy, if it's feeding duality, separation, and fear, or is it feeding love, compassion, understanding, and oneness? And whether you choose to do the work on yourself or not, reality check is coming. Okay, the universe, God, divine, whatever your terminology, the way that I've always experienced it is intuitively we get nudges. We know. We always know. We either just avoid, deny, deflect, suppress. We basically just try to avoid dealing with those things, and the universe will basically be like, hey, Rebecca, this is what you should be doing, or maybe you should go down this way. And I'm like, no, I'm not listening. I'm doing my own thing. And then eventually you get pushed off the ledge and something major happens that forces you to change. Why go through that? Just make the necessary changes that you are feeling inside of yourself. Okay, so I wanted to pull a couple of cards for you guys. I felt guided to pull an Angels and Ancestors card. And the card that I pulled for you guys is let me see if I can get it up in there on the camera, is the Direction Guardian. And the Direction Guardian says, choose your path. Connect with your deepest desires, then choose the path that will make your heart and soul sing. The Direction Guardian card represents the angels of direction. These amazing angels are the ones who come to us when we are at a crossroads and don't know which way to go. When we are unsure of what is right for us or of the bigger picture, they can help us know what is best for all involved. The Direction Guardian card refers to the vision of the Hebrew prophet Ezekiel, who is said to have seen an angel with 4 different faces. One was a child, one was a bull, one was a lion, and one was an eagle. These 4 faces show that angels can appear in many guises and guide us in many different directions, but always for our highest good. Your path isn't set in stone, and your angels and guides have no expectations for you, nor should you have any for yourself. There are many directions you can take. None of them are wrong, as they all hold perfect opportunities to grow and to learn. But life is to be enjoyed and savored. So, if you know that there's a decision to be made, and particularly if you are feeling indecisive, choose the path you know is going to make you light up, and choose with your heart. Always choose with your heart. And I like this card because Ezekiel really resonates with me. When I went through my spiritual awakening process, Ezekiel was a huge thing in my life. And maybe one day I can share the story with you guys, but I really didn't know much about the Bible. I've always had a connection with God, but the Bible never really resonated with me. And all of a sudden, I'm having Ezekiel contacting me And I had no idea. I'm thinking it's a demon and I'm freaking out about it. But long story short, it was a positive thing, right? So if you're struggling with what to do, what direction to take, follow your heart. You cannot go wrong when you follow your heart. And you really can't make a wrong decision because every choice is leading you to your greatness and is revealing more of the truer parts of yourself, of who you really are. So don't put so much pressure on yourself. Okay, the other card that I wanted to pull for you guys really quickly was the animal spirit card to see what kind of animal spirit energy is going to be at play over the next 2 weeks for you guys and all of us. And that was the swan. And let me read that to you. So the swan is described as effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, and elegant power. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. When you're in balance with this swan energy, you're going to feel infinite. You're going to feel creative power. You're going to be feeling expanded and just creativity flowing through you. You're going to be ready to just create in many ways. Now, when you're out of balance with this energy, you're going to feel agitated. You're going to feel snippy and short. And you're going to be lacking vision. You're going to be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know. We always know. You just typically, we say we don't know because we're basing our choices and decisions off of what other people are going to think or want, or we're afraid that we're going to make a wrong choice. Now, if you're connecting with that out of balance energy, what you want to do to bring yourself back into balance is you want to spend some solo time, some me time. You want to tap into that creative energy and you want to write. So maybe journaling, writing your emotions, writing down what you're feeling and let it move through you. It's just trying to get out of your system. That's all. Okay. Work for those of you employed. I'm feeling a lot of forward movement here and progress for both employed and unemployed. Some of you will be returning to work that have been on furlough or temporary layoff. Some of you will see your unemployment finally kicking in and you'll be getting caught up on, they'll be getting caught up on the back pay. So if you applied back in March and you still haven't gotten a check, well, you're going to get you're going to get all the money that's owed to you, right? So it's coming. Some of you may be taking important steps to further your career or make some changes that you're thinking about going forward for the future. And some of you could be preparing to start your own business in some way. A big message that was coming through says, don't be shy. Let your talents, your light shine, right? Be obvious to people. Let your talents be obvious. Don't stay small. Don't hide behind insecurities. Embrace your insecurities and put yourself out there, and your talents are going to be noticed and they're going to be appreciated and they're going to be valued. Now, some of you could see some leaps happening through collaboration and cooperation with others. The downside for some of this energy here, because we've got the mixture of healing and so there'll be purging of stuff happening. So the downside for some of you could be triggers surrounding insecurities and fears of not being good enough, not being smart enough, or fears surrounding failure and success. Believe it or not, a lot of people are afraid to be successful because what does that mean? Right? So kind of balance or bounce it off of yourself and see, are you afraid to fail or are you afraid to succeed, or is it a combination of both? More than likely, it's a combination of the two. Lastly, there's also an energy of jealousy, pettiness, judgment, and criticism that could come up. And this is all tied, like if you catch yourself judging other people, that's because you have judgments against yourself. right? The same things that you're judging and criticizing other people about are the same judgments and criticisms that you have for yourself, but you're just too afraid to acknowledge them, and you just projecting it outward. So really everything in your life is a mirror reflection of yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, and you can really learn a lot about yourself through the people that you interact with, and especially the people that trigger you the most. Where you feel resistance is where you need to go, because that's where the greatest growth can happen for you. So for unemployed, same thing, lots of positive energy. I feel like jobs are going to be coming back. They're happening. You're doing things. You're making ends meet. Some of you are riding the unemployment wave until that runs out, and then you're going to get back to work. So in the end, everything is going to, I feel, be better than what it was. And I know it may not feel like that right now, because it definitely feels like things are in a crazy upheaval, but I promise you this is all going to work out for our highest good. And many people are doing a lot better than what they were, or making more money than what they were. And I think there's going to be some big changes that are happening worldwide. Love, for those of you in committed relationships and dating seriously, recent difficulties in existing relationships may come to an end either through compromise and communication, or because you decide to go your separate ways. Now, this doesn't feel like it's ugly and nasty. It just feels like adults saying, hey, you know what? We're no longer compatible. This isn't working. We've tried to make it work. It's not. Maybe we just need to go our separate ways and appreciate the relationship up until this point and the things that we learned and grew from this experience, right? So it doesn't feel like it's ugly. For some of you, it will. It just all depends on if you are attracted to drama and run high on the spectrum of, not being able to control your emotions. Then it could not, it could be a little ugly. I'm also feeling prime, a baby making time for those of you looking to add to your family. So if you're feeling extra lovey-dovey and romantic and you're trying to make babies, well, let's do it. It's time to go ahead and have some fun trying. I also feel like some of you may begin to maybe do fertility treatments, or maybe you're talking about that with your partner and you decide, okay, well, maybe we should try some fertility treatments, or you're doing some different things in order to work on getting pregnant, or you're planning ahead. I also see some additions to the family in the form of pets. And I also feel additions happening where maybe all of a sudden, you're going to need to take care of a family member, or, maybe you foster some children or something like that. So it's a lot of compassionate love and positive energy surrounding this. Those of you that are looking for love, energies point to an excellent time to meet someone, especially through friends and work. The only caution is not to allow your insecurities to self-sabotage, right? Fear kicks in, we start freaking out, we think we're ready, and then we have commitment issues, or we think we're not good enough, so then we're throwing up flat red flags. Just try not to let your insecurities take over. Embrace them. And because this time is all about dating and getting to know people by giving them a chance. And, it's not even so much about, yes, it's about getting to know the other person, but gosh, you learn so much about yourself through other people. And really, these relationships, romantic relationships, are teaching you to fall in love with yourself. Right? That person is your mirror. So you have nothing to lose by going on multiple dates with multiple people, right? That doesn't mean you're sleeping around town, but my motto is date your ass off, figure out what you want, figure out what you need, figure out what you don't want, what you don't need. And bottom line, just have some fun. It doesn't need to be this horrible experience dating. Dating is actually fun if you let it be. You just have to shift your perception, because again, where you're putting your energy is what you're creating. So if you think you're never going to meet a good person, well, then you're not. If you think all the good ones are taken, well, then they are, right? If you think that you're only going to attract cheaters, well, then you are. So it's really about you shifting your perception and what you believe, and put your energy into what you want. And you want a loving, happy, healthy relationship. That's all you need to put your energy into. Okay, so have some fun. Finances. I do feel increases coming in some form or another for everyone. And there's a lot of energy around making money through collaboration and cooperation. Don't let this time be about competition. That competition is shifting. That energy is going bye-bye, right? It's all about community. So increase is also tied to how much effort and energy you put into generating income. So you hold the power. And you have to put in that energy and the work to manifest what it is that you want. In the area of health, for the most part, this area feels pretty good, and it's about learning to become more in tune with your body and its needs. Trust your instincts when it comes to your health. The caution this week is not to overdo things physically or overconsume drugs, alcohol, and food. There's also a caution with driving and physical body movement. Spirituality. You may be putting in extra time and energy into your spiritual growth and getting to know yourself during this time. Inspiration and new information will be coming to you from surprising sources. The caution during this time is that it will be easy to be blinded by a spiritual leader who claims to have your best interest at heart, but they may be really more interested in your money. This goes for gurus, leaders, churches, and any other organization or person who is trying to upsell you on your spirituality through fear tactics. I hear it all the time from clients. I had a session and they said I had a curse and all this stuff. Don't buy into it, okay? This is about you trusting your intuition. That is all the time we have for this week or today. Thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone has a great 2 weeks, and I'll see you in June. Bye.
A1R Psychic Radio. Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Amanda Hall Psychic with Amanda Hall. Live from AmandaHallPsychic.com.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Amanda Hall Psych on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome to the Amanda Hall Psychic Show here on A1R Psychic Radio on the Moonstruck TV network. It's been an amazing week, hasn't it, around the globe? I mean, I know our dear friends in the USA have celebrated Memorial Weekend over the weekend, and that's always a somber time, I think, when we do need to sort of reflect back to those people that willingly gave their lives up so that we could have the freedom as we know it today. And that leads me into the next part that makes me a little bit cross when I see people out ignoring what we all need to do around the world at the moment, and that's listen to the authorities and do the social distancing and allow our community to start to reopen. But anyway, that's my little bit of soapbox for the day. Let's get on with the Secrets of Tarot card of the week. And this week it's the Devil card. Now, the Devil card is one of these ambiguous sort of cards that students, when I used to teach in classroom situations, used to always have a panic when they saw this card. They'd look at it and go, oh, no, I don't want to be the devil. I don't want to get into trouble. I'm a good person and all this sort of thing. The Devil card doesn't actually mean that you're a bad person or that you've got evil in your life. It can be the card warning you of jealousy or trouble. But usually it's the secondary meaning, which is able to break the chains that are binding you and holding you back. Now, we're all our own worst enemy when we say, I can't do this or I can't do that. There's no such word as can't. It's just a matter of you haven't found the solution yet. And 9 times out of 10, I find it's this secondary meaning that we're actually the ones that are putting the chains on ourselves. We're the ones that are putting the brakes on the situation. We're the ones that are saying, really, I haven't got the confidence or I'm not ready to move that way yet or to take that giant step forward. So how do I apply this to the card of the week for everybody around the world? I mean, yes, I'm sure there's some people that have got a little bit of jealousy in their life, and I'm sure there's some people that feel like they've got some trouble in their life. And with everybody that's been in lockdown and sort of all the changes that have happened around the world in the last few months, I can appreciate that and understand that. But I think what we need to do now is look at in which way are we holding ourselves back. Have we sort of not listened to our inner voice? Have we not looked at the things that we can change or that we need to improve in our lives? What are the things that we need to let go of? And that's what I think this card is asking us. Is there in any way that we are limiting ourselves or holding ourselves back? Okay, so I want to go into the candle of the week before we start talking about the astrological stuff for the week. And this week I've chosen the love candle. And the reasons why I've done that, I think we could all do with a little bit more love and positive energy in our lives at the moment, and give yourselves a big hug. Because for most of us, wherever we live in the world, we're not able to hug the people that we love and we miss the most. Some of us have been able to go and visit family and friends as things start to open up around the globe. But for a lot of us, we still feel quite isolated and are missing that affection, that human contact, that touch, that hug, that somebody reaching out and patting you on the arm. So that's why I chose the love candle, because I want to spread the love around the world this week. I want everybody to give themselves a big hug, because I think that's really important. So the gift box that I made up this week is exactly identical to last week. I still think the planet needs to heal. We all need to be sending healing around the globe to all our brothers and sisters of all denominations, all colours, creeds. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, we all need healing at the moment. My angel in the sky, well, that's an obvious one. That's to remember the people that we've lost, not just during this pandemic, but the people that might have gone in other times, other realms in our lives. It's time to honour, I think, the people that went before us and the sacrifices that they made to make this world a better place. And then the final one is the love candle, of course. So that's the soy candles of the week. So this week, as we have our little glimpse around the universe, it's a very, very interesting combination because I've been doing a little feature each week on astrology more towards the COVID-19 situation and how it's affecting us around the world. And I'm not going to change the formula this week. But where the planets have shifted or changed a little bit this week, I think is rather interesting. And I always only look at this just prior to the show because I want it to be fresh in my mind what I'm actually seeing as like the snapshot of where the planets are about half an hour before the show, so that it's fresh in my mind and I look at it from a worldwide perspective, not from a personal perspective. And the thing that jumped out at me this morning here in Australia, because it's only very early here in Australia, was the South Node. Now, for those people that are, say to me, look, what in the hell is she talking about? The South Node is a luminary. It's a part of astrology that I think a lot of astrologers tend to ignore or don't bring into astrology very much because they say it's all too complicated and, you don't want to confuse people. But what it is, it's one of the moon's nodes. And it's where we look for taking the easy way out in our lives. Now, what struck me as peculiar or different or something that I felt we needed to talk about this week was the South Node is in Capricorn. Now, we've got two planets sitting in Capricorn that are really making hay while the sun shines or starting to help us try and find some sort of sense out of this pandemic. And I'll get to those in a minute. But when I see that we've got the South Node in Capricorn now, it's showing me that collectively as a globe, we're all trying to find the easiest solution out of this problem. Now, that means we're not necessarily thinking outside the square as much as we could do. We're all sort of slipping back into old habit patterns because they're familiar, they're comfortable. Well, we did that in the past, even though it didn't work, it doesn't matter. We'll resurrect that again because it's comfortable. Now, I think that this is very important when we start to see communities open up around the world and people wanting to go back to their normal life as it was pre-pandemic. They've opened a bar up, so all of a sudden everybody floods in for a drink. They've opened a restaurant up. Well, why can't we all sit together? Why do we have to have social distancing and a limit of people that can be served? And it's like we've forgotten the lessons or we're choosing to ignore, or it's somebody else's problem that this pandemic is still going on and it's still very real. There's still an awful lot we don't know about it. And it's still extremely contagious. It hasn't had a holiday just because it's a holiday where you might be, or the seasons have changed and the weather's warming up. Here in Australia, it's getting colder. But it's sort of like we all seem to have become numb to it all, that we're all looking for the easy way out. Oh, well, if I don't think about it, it won't affect me. I don't have to do this just because I don't want to. Or I don't have to wear a mask because I'm not sick. Well, it's a matter of personal responsibility that I think we all need to not just look after ourselves and our immediate family, but look after everyone else as well. Let's work upon the score that I might be germ-ridden and I'm going to pass something on to you. And even if it isn't COVID-19, I might pass on the common cold. I might pass on a gastric bug. Who knows? I mean, there's lots of viruses going around, not just COVID-19. So I think we could all be a little bit more conscious of our fellow man and woman around the world. So continuing on with that, the other two planets that are sitting in Capricorn, and I've spoken about these for weeks and weeks and weeks on the show, is Pluto, the planet of transformation. Been sitting in Capricorn since about 2007, will be there till about 2022. So nearing the end of his run in Capricorn. Now, Pluto's job is to educate us, is to make us delve under the covers. It's about resurrection. It's about renewal. It's about throwing things out that no longer work. It's bringing the hidden stuff to the surface. It's asking us to completely transform the way that we look at the world, the way that we do business, the way that governments perform, the way that we collectively as a globe are attacking our planet. We need to sort of tackle issues like global warming. We need to look at what have we learnt out of this pandemic? What can we use in a positive way taking it forward? Is it now that a lot of people are going to work from home over the future? Is it, we're going to have schooling done in a different way? Are we going to look at the different ways that we can create new industries and create new jobs? There's lots of things there that can be completely transformed that can also help the planet, but also help us not fall back into that pattern of going back and doing everything the way that we used to do it, even if it was broken, just because it's familiar. We've got Pluto holding hands or conjunct Jupiter, the planet of expansion and opportunity. Now, Jupiter is one of those planets that he's big. He loves to do everything in a big, dramatic sort of way. but it's also the planet that says, let's unite as a globe. He has no boundaries when it comes to sort of looking at things and saying, you know, well, this is your border and this is my border. He says, let's collectively all hold hands and do it together. So Jupiter is showing us that there's new ways to look at things, to expand our mind, to sort of, you know, think outside the square, to look at new ways, new solutions to the problems at hand. Then we've got both of those planets conjunct or holding hands with Saturn, who is actually in Aquarius. Now, Saturn's the planet of discipline. Saturn sort of says to you, I've got the big stick, let's get practical, let's get logical here. But Saturn's also in the sign of Aquarius, which is a different sign, which is giving us those light bulb moments. So Saturn's sort of saying, let's think outside the square, let's find something different to focus on. Let's sort of get some ingenuity here. Let's start looking at different ways of solving the problem, listening to someone else's abstract idea and giving it some thought, not just dismissing it. So I think it's rather an exciting time that we live in, even though it's a scary time with the pandemic and everything is still very unknown. And, you know, I don't believe we're anywhere near on top of it. And that's looking at it from an astrological point of view. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm just going from what I see astrologically. And I don't think we're anywhere near a conclusion or an ending to this. And we all do have to play our part. Now, the other parts of astrology that jumped out at me this morning was the emphasis of planets sitting in Gemini. Now, Gemini is the planet of air. It's the planet of versatility. It is the sign of the twins. And it's sort of saying to us, we can almost have two different opinions or two different ways of looking at things running parallel together, and neither one's right, wrong, or indifferent, but they can both comfortably cohabitate together. Now, we have the sun, that's your sun sign is in Gemini, so we can expect lots of ideas, lots of press releases, lots of people getting up, beating their chest, saying, look at me, I've got the answers to everything. We also have to be also aware of fake news or things that are coming from unreliable sources. Now, I know most of you have got, you know, your common sense hat that you pull out of the closet and wear that. We need to do that a little bit more so than normal, particularly if we're looking at all forms of social media. Not everything that's written there is truthful. You need to sift through it and see what sits comfortably with you, that's your truth, that what you believe in. And make sure that you have a balanced view of when you listen or read reports or listen to scientists or whatever, look at both sides of the equation. And the same is to be said for any politics that comes into all of this too. Look at both sides of the equation. Neither one's never all right and the other one's all wrong. There's a balance of both. So we've got the sun sitting in Gemini, not holding hands, but just sort of sitting there. They're all in the same playground together. With Venus, the planet of love and affection. Now, Venus is retrograde at the moment. I spoke about that last week on the show. So this is going to be asking us to really delve inside of ourselves and ask ourselves, what is it that we really love? And we're not always talking about romance in this, the things that make us smile, the things that make us feel whole and complete. We may find here that we're going to get some new ideas or some new inspirations about hobbies or work or something moving forward. We might just have a fresh, different approach at how we're going to deal with our personal relationships. It may just be we're going to have a different version of ourselves and turn around and say, well, I don't need so many material things in my life. I'm quite comfortable and happy with just a simple life. Whatever it is for you, it'll be your own personal journey. Now, the final planet there in Gemini is the planet Mercury. Now, I found this really interesting because Mercury is at home in Gemini, and Mercury loves being back at home. He sort of he beats his chest and says, look at me, aren't I important, aren't I special? And I'm going to get out there and scream and dance and jump up and down, and we're going to see a lot of press releases, and we're going to see a lot of people with a lot of things to say, and they all believe that they're incredibly important and they're the only one that's right. And again, I must err on the side of caution. Always make sure that you listen very carefully to both sides of the argument. Now, having said that, this last week, there's been a few announcements worldwide where they're trialling some vaccines, and some of them have gone from stage 1 and looking to go into stage 2, and they're actually starting to do some human trials. I know there's one in England, there's one in the USA, and there's also one here in Australia that they announced yesterday that they're starting to do human trials on. So fingers crossed. It doesn't matter where the vaccine comes from. It doesn't matter where the ideas come for treatments and things like that, as long as we collectively as a globe continue to work together. And that's the important thing, that we all need to be very focused and sort of give our support and send positive energy to these scientists around the world that are working around the clock to try and find some answers to this COVID-19. I think the bigger worry has been this new inflammatory illness that's coming out in children around the world. I heard some alarming figures earlier this morning how many there is in the US. It's gone from, a handful of cases last week to well over 300. This is starting to become quite a scary situation because they're starting to link this to COVID-19 as a secondary sort of illness or something that sort of develops a little bit later on. I hope they get to the bottom of that. We don't want to see our children sick. That's certainly not as palatable. It's bad enough hearing that adults are sick, but when we start to hear little children are sick and are fighting for their life, I think that tugs at everybody's heartstrings. The last thing we want to see is our little people sick. So leaving on a positive note, it's a good week to sort of really look inside yourself, sort out what your plans are, what your directions are for the future, and sort of almost make it like another New Year's resolution starting on the 1st of June. How about we all do that this week? Start a new Year's resolution and some new plans and things that we want to achieve before the end of the year. We're going to talk to Courtney in Adelaide. How was it this morning in South Australia, Courtney? Cold?
Oh, nice and fresh, yeah.
Yes, I'm sure it is. How are you, dear? How can I help you?
I'm good. I just wanted some relationship advice.
Okay. So, all right, the first thing I'm picking up as far as relationships, Courtney, it's like a seesaw. Things go up, things go down. Now, I'm not sure whether that's with the current situation that you're in or whether it's just you've been doing a lot of analysing and a lot of soul searching in this lockdown period where you've really sort of looked at everything right across the board. I did feel that there was a relationship there at the moment, Courtney. Is there one sort of there hanging on by a thread?
Yeah, it's an ex.
Yeah, but it's sort of like they were showing it to me like it was hanging on by a thread. It was sort of like, do I cut it and set it free or do I reel it in a little bit more? Look, it's not my place to tell you what to do. All I can do is share with you what I'm picking up from your soul. And your soul's saying to me that you're not ready to let go just yet. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is the right situation for you. What it means is that you still feel as if there's potential there or the possibility that maybe, just maybe, a very slim chance that we can pull this together and get it right. Now, while your soul is still feeling that way, it's not time to get the scissors out and cut the piece of string, or the thread that's holding the two of you together. I feel what is coming about this relationship is over the last few months, there's been some pretty, I was going to say in-depth conversations, but they haven't been consistent. It's sort of like a bit here and a bit there, and it's like, well, okay, now we've brought this to the surface, now let's sit down and sort it out. And then he sort of says, oh, but I don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. We just unearthed something major here, something that we could deal with together and strengthen our relationship. And it's like he's gone back down the hole into his burrow and says, I don't know what you're talking about. That's probably the biggest issue I see with the relationship, Courtney, is he's not able to communicate on a level that you feel you can make progress. Now, that's something that, it's very difficult to try and retrain somebody, and I'm using retrain, when they've never been encouraged from a little person to open up, to talk about their feelings, to whatever. You're asking somebody to do something that is very uncomfortable to them. Now, I'm not saying that you throw a relationship out the window because of that, but what we have to do is find ways here that you do it in little pieces, like you've been doing, and look at that. Each little piece is a piece in the bigger jigsaw puzzle. If we've got a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, we might have got 3 pieces that we've been able to join together. And then we might have a bit of a gap, and then we join another 3 pieces together. I don't actually feel that this relationship is over. I still feel there's work to be done, yes. But I feel also, too, you're looking at it and viewing this in different eyes than what you were at the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year, you were nearly ready to sort of tear your hair out and say, that's it, I'm done, can't do this anymore. But in the last month or so, it's like the way you're viewing this whole relationship as a whole has shifted. I'm not saying anything's drastically improved, but you've shifted what you'll accept and what you won't accept. So that to me then says, well, we're getting breakthroughs, but maybe not in the quite the way that you thought or anticipated. Now, what I'm going to say to you as far as he's concerned, okay, you have a little breakthrough and he says, I don't know what you're talking about, even though we've unearthed a major Mount Everest. You leave it alone. And once you've done that and he doesn't sort of acknowledge it, then allow it to naturally bubble back up to the surface, because it will. Once we've exposed light to something like this, it will make its way to the surface again. And it's like peeling back a layer of onion. And we keep doing that until we get that particular problem or that particular situation resolved. That will not only help you get to the bottom of it, but it'll also help build confidence in him that, hey, this is not this scary about talking about how you feel. Oh, I didn't realise I had feelings in my tummy. Do you know what I mean? I didn't realise I was scared or excited or whatever. So we're, in a sense, retraining him to be able to feel comfortable and secure in the love he's got with you, Courtney, that he can be himself. I don't think this man's ever had somebody in his corner. You know, he might have had people that sort of said they were, but they really weren't. So we've got a man here that's been kicked, not just when he's been down, but he's been kicked and battered and bruised all the way through his life. With every time he's allowed himself to get close to someone, they've always done the wrong thing by him. So, you know, you're sort of helping heal that, but you're not doing the work for him. You're guiding him, you're showing him, you're giving him that safe environment for him to do the work himself. And I think that's the major thing here, Courtney. I actually feel that, you know, there's a lot of other areas of this relationship where the two of you are a perfect match. It's just this emotional stuff that you stumble on all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think he would contact me, or do I have to make the contact?
Look, I think you're going to have to be the one that contacts him, because I think he's lacking in confidence in reaching out to you again, because what if she says no? Do you know what I mean? He couldn't deal with that sort of rejection. So was there an illness or something around him last year? Was there a physical illness?
Mental illness. But not physical.
Okay, but did that affect something on the physical? Did he sort of have to change his work hours or something like that?
Yeah, he was struggling to like go out and do stuff, and
Right, okay. Because to me that's still sort of, he's still in that space, sweetie. So I would certainly reach out to him. Anyways, Courtney, that's where I've got to leave. I've got to head across to Sonia in Melbourne now, but I'll keep you in my prayers, sweetie. Are you there, Sonia? How are you this morning? Hello, Sonia. How's the weather in Melbourne?
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Sonia. How can I help you this morning? Hello, Sonia. Do you have a question for me, sweetie?
Yeah, geez, there's a guy I'm in love with, and it's been bothering me for a while, and I've just been wondering if you can let me know how he feels about me.
Okay. All right. The gentleman in question, I think, is very shy. It's not that he doesn't find you attractive, and it's not that he doesn't feel comfortable being, in your energy, or sort of, he smiles when I ask him about you, but I think he's a very, very shy man who I don't think's had a lot of, shall we say, a lot of girlfriends in his life. You know what I mean? Like he feels very inadequate when it comes to that. So where did you meet him, sweetie?
I've known him all my life, and his name's Andy, and he's had an ex-wife, and he has had a lot of girlfriends.
Yeah, but he still strikes me as being quite shy. I mean, he might have had a lot of girlfriends or had a lot of girls in his life, and he might have been married, but he still seems to be shy when it comes to being sort of asking someone out or, reaching out. Maybe he's shy with you because he's known you for so long that he sort of doesn't want to make a fool of himself.
But do you feel that he's interested in me, or?
I do, but I just don't think it's the right time at this moment. I don't think anything's going to really manifest there till about August or September. So has there been some changes around him in this last couple of months? Has he Did he just move home or something like that? Because I keep seeing changes of residence around him.
Yeah, there is a lot of changes around him.
Yeah, and I feel those have to
really
settle down, Sonia, before he'll reach out to you, sweetie.
What's that?
Those changes that are in his life at the moment, he needs to get those sorted out before he'll reach out to you, as in sort of like, let's go on a date or something like that. He's got stuff there from the past he's got to sort out. There's some legal situations there too. So is there something to do with the ex-wife that he's still got to sort through?
Mm-hmm.
So all of that's got to be out of the road before he'll make make advances towards you. But I know he feels comfortable with you, Sonia.
He does.
Yeah, he does. I don't know that I'd put love in the same sentence, but I know he feels comfortable with you. Every time I ask him about you, he's got a lovely smile on his face. And yeah, it's not that he doesn't find you attractive. I think he does, but I think he's just sort of making sure that he hasn't misinterpreted the situation because he's known you so long that, he's got to make sure that you really do, have twinkly eyes towards him, not just your friends.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And we had a really strong connection 2 years ago.
Right.
And it was a really strong connection. I can't explain it, but it was really strong. And I thought he loved me then a lot. And we sort of got serious together because we used to joke and laugh and everything together. And then we got serious at the same time, so we did have a strong connection. So do you think things will manifest in the future?
I do. And what happened 2 years ago? Was there some sort of problem there with the ex-wife? Did she rear her head again and sort of upset things between the two of you?
She doesn't know about us.
No, but she seemed to be sort of putting pressure on him. Yeah, but she seemed to be putting pressure on him for, I don't know, sorting stuff out or something. That's one of the reasons why I think he pulled away from you a bit, sweetie.
Okay.
But I do feel he's on his way back, and I do think things will get a lot stronger from about August, September onwards, Sonia.
You feel we will be together?
I do, but there's not a great deal of communication before August or September, sweetie. So that's where we're going to need to leave it. We've only got seconds left of the show. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us again here on A1R Psychic Radio, here on Moonstruck TV. You can always go to my page on Facebook called Amanda Hall Psychic Shows and catch up on previous episodes. This is show 166, so I hope you have an absolutely amazing week. And don't forget to send lots of love and healing to everybody around the world this week. We all need it. We all need to sort of have some positive, I think, sparkly sort of energy in our lives. So until next week, bye for now.